Hey, folks, welcome to our Friday premium members show here on Giant Bomb. I'm Ryan Davis. Hi, how's it going? I don't know if you guys noticed, but Drew Scanlon was incommunicado. He was out of the office for a while. Drew taking a clandestine adventure. All we could say at the time, Drew, was that Drew's on vacation. That was it.
Yep.
At most, we could say, well, Drew's going to China, which
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, hey, going to China, that's very exotic. That sounds like a crazy vacation.
Yeah.
But that was not the true purpose of that trip.
No, I did go to China, but the main point of my trip was to go to North Korea.
That's insane. How? So, okay, so... Oh, and Vinny Caravella's here also. Hey.
Hi.
And Brad Shoemaker's here as well.
I'm going to tighten up Drew's camera.
Okay. All right, folks are saying laggy stream. I don't know what to do about that. Whatever. You like that tight shot, Vinny?
I do like a tight shot.
You like that tight shot. All right, so I feel like it's worth like starting just at the top here.
All right, yeah.
Like, what inspired this trip?
Well, it all goes back to StarCraft.
Yeah, as it always does.
Yeah, somehow. Brad and I went to South Korea for the GSL finals in November of 2010.
Yep, that's right.
And when we got back, Giant Bomb user, a guy named Jake Jensen, emailed me. He was like, hey, I've been to North Korea.
It is
And,
possible. Well, there's a little bit
here are
even
my
before
pictures.
that. We should mention before we got back that you very much wanted to go to the border
Right.
while we were there.
Yeah, because it's the airport we flew into, Incheon, is pretty close to the DMZ, and
Yep.
they actually run shuttles to the DMZ from the airport. So if people have a layover, you can just go see the DMZ.
Right. But it was
And,
like a 72-hour trip, though. It was
yeah.
a very quick turnaround.
Yeah,
It just
we-
wasn't to be.
We almost missed our flight. We
Yeah.
were so late.
That was, yeah.
So I always wanted to go to the DMZ, and then I think I said so on like
For
a
the
podcast.
layman, that is the demilitarized zone.
Right. So this is the border between North and South Korea that was
Right.
established after the Korean War.
Right.
Um,
So this no man's land where they've got guards on either side staring at each other
yep.
constantly for the last 40 years.
Yeah. Because
50 years.
The war was never officially ended. It's just at a ceasefire right now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
So anyway, this guy Jake emailed me and said, "Hey, here's my pictures from the North Korean DMZ." And I was like, "Wait,
How did you do that?
do that?" And he gave me all this info. So basically, what you do is go to China and sign up with the tour group, and they will take you into North Korea. No tourist can go to North Korea without a guide.
Okay.
So this is the only way to do it, and they only let in 2,000 people a year. So he hooked me up with this company called Koryo Tours. Their website is Koryo Group. You can do this too if you really want to. KoryoGroup.com, KORYO Group.com. And I just sent them my info. They're really cagey about journalists, which is why I didn't tell anybody that I was going,
Yeah.
because I explained to them my job and said like I use a camera for a living. I went to South Korea to film and report, but it's all about video games. So I'm not really a journalist, and they seemed okay with that. But I didn't, especially with the move to CBS and stuff, I didn't want to,
Implicate anything.
I didn't want there to be any misunderstandings.
Oh, what company do you work for? Giant Bomb?
Yep.
What do? I film stuff and put it on the internet.
Other journalists who film things and put them on the internet have had less hospitable times in North Korea
Yeah.
in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So
And
the
really-
concern is understood.
Really, my concern was I didn't want to get Koryo in trouble, because what generally happens is like a journalist will go on a trip and come back and post a bunch of bad stuff about it, or bad stuff about North Korea, and pictures and stuff from his trip, and then he doesn't really get in trouble, but the tour company does. So I didn't want that to happen, and I won't hold anything back here. But what I won't do is speculate. So I will only talk about things that I saw.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I can't talk about what they didn't see or what the government might be doing, because
Right.
I don't know. And
I mean, I think we can all agree that there's a lot of like highly conspicuous behavior
sure.
that happens in all this in this whole process. But yeah, all you can do is speculate as to like what the motives of that are
Right.
ultimately.
So I'm just gonna relay what I saw and what I heard.
Not what they were thinking,
Right.
Okay.
what they thought, what did they feel?
Well, hold on a second here. Let's take a break here. I've got some technical stuff here. I got to take the stream down for a second. Vinny, I might need you to come over here and look at something.
There's not a man with a gun to Ryan's head right now.
No,
promise
there's
you.
here. I'll just
Ryan blinked twice. Just
Everything's okay.
Can't see what's under the table though.
No, it's fine. Everything's cool. All right, I got to take the stream down. Guys, hang on for a second. So, Drew,
Yeah.
you get hooked up with this company.
Yep.
And first off, you have to go in through China.
Right. There are no direct flights from SFO to Pyongyang.
Weird.
Yeah.
So is like how many countries are there that have like enough of a relationship with North Korea that they get flights there?
When I was in the North Korean airport, I only saw flights to Beijing.
wait, you were in a North Korean airport?
Yes.
Do you have pictures?
I do.
You mean they didn't just airdrop
Is
you
it-
over the city?
I don't have pictures of the airport.
Oh, do they have? What kind of planes are they flying?
They are flying Russian planes.
Oh, really?
Tuplovs.
Here,
What's
we can take a look at one.
Yeah.
MiG 29.
There you go. There they are. This is the Beijing airport.
Okay.
But they are straight up flying the DPRK flag.
Yeah. Do you know if that? I assume that's a state-run airline. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, as is practically everything.
Right.
over
So
there, right?
I thought I had heard that our flight in was on Air Koryo, and I thought that was like, oh, the tour company has their own planes. I thought it was going to be a puddle jumper or something, but Koryo means it's the old word for their dynasty before Korea was Korea.
Right.
So they're completely unaffiliated. They are just straight up old Russian planes maintained by North Korea.
Yeah.
So
Sounds totally safe.
sounds safe. So I went with a friend of mine named Wayne, and he looked under his seat and pulled out the life preserver or the inflatable vest.
Wait, he took it out?
No, he pulled out the pouch that a inflatable vest was supposed
would
to be
have been in?
Yeah,
Huh.
not there.
Huh. Not a flotation
Just-
device
Yeah, just some Russian scrawled on it, and
that said you're fucked.
yeah.
Later, comrade.
Das Vidanya.
You liberal pig.
Yeah.
So still using just hot old communist gear.
Yeah, I mean it looked nice.
Yeah.
The seats were nice, and
Here, we in fact have a picture of the seats.
I heard you
That's
brought a
right.
clip.
Bam.
Wow, crowded flight, huh?
yeah, actually it was a full flight. And I was in the very back
Just very,
row.
very small people.
Right, yeah, not a lot of leg room in there. Also, they didn't like us taking pictures of the plane, so I only
Just
snapped-
snuck that one off.
Now, hang
Yeah.
on. What were you taking pictures on? Because I understand there were a number of items you could not bring with you into the country.
Right, so I took I have a Panasonic GF3, but they said they did not allow lenses over 150 millimeters.
So for the layperson, what would have a 150 millimeter lens on?
like an SLR, like a big old lens.
Like a big zoom lens.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
It would have to be a pretty significant lens,
yeah,
right?
no consumer
Is-
camera.
is-
no
that-
point in shoot thing's gonna have anything
Yeah.
approaching that.
Is that so you can't take pictures at distance with any level
Exactly,
of detail?
like you
They don't
can't-
want you seeing off the beaten path, right?
Right. But that said, I saw a dude with a lens that was like as wide as my frame here. It was huge. And I, no problem.
Nobody smashed it.
Yeah.
So you were also saying nothing with GPS.
Yes, that they were adamant about. No
Okay.
GPS on your camera and no cell phones.
What'd you do with your cell phone? You just didn't bring it?
The
Tour group
Choreo
takes it?
tour groups takes it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
puts it in a little plastic bag or something?
Yeah, and same with passports.
I was going to say,
Wow.
So
that's
wait,
the scariest part to me.
Right,
is
like
that you
nobody
leave your-
can know where you
like,
are.
All of a sudden, your ID is in a different country than you.
No, they have it in North Korea.
Oh, they bring it. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought they left it in like a
That's
safe,
that's
safe
what I
in
thought
China
too.
or something.
Yeah, no,
but it's
no,
all,
no.
but it's not in the custody of the government. It's the
No,
tour
it's with the
group.
tour group.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, which I
But then
assumed-
the tour group is basically on the hook for whoever is coming in.
Yeah.
As part of that group.
Did you check your phone where their calls made? They take pictures of like their crotch or something like that?
No,
Oh, man.
no.
Boring.
Yeah.
So we go to China. We sign up for the tour group. We get in.
Actually, let me stop you real quick.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I know some behind the scenes stuff here. You had a regimen that you had to go through before you left the United States.
Yes.
Actually, so there's a precursor to the going to China part, which I thought
fantastic. I love it. I want all the color possible.
Which I thought was pretty amusing. So if you want to tell that part,
you mean like getting inoculated for stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the part where you were leaving like malaria vaccines or pills in the work refrigerator.
That was for typhoid
or typhoid, whatever. Yeah, like the whole battery of like kind of rare diseases that you had to.
None of that
prepare
stuff is
for.
required.
Yeah.
But they did. I went to a travel clinic and they recommended that like if you get stuck in China and there's an outbreak, you can show them your vaccination sheet and say like I have this. Let me leave.
go.
So you had credentials for that
Yeah.
stuff. Wow.
Yeah.
Just so you don't get like quarantined.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Didn't want to get.
So what's on the
That's
list?
scary.
Like typhoid.
Typhoid, yellow fever. I have malaria pills. I think that was it.
Do you have any extra? Can I take them for my bug out bag?
for your
Yeah.
fish?
For my fish.
Yeah, you know.
I've
Yeah.
got nothing going on this weekend. I just want to hang out,
Dude, you want to take some typhoid
take a
pills?
bunch of typhoid pills, and just groove on some
Just
stuff.
play Botanicala.
Put on.
I'm
some
just gonna
Alan
play.
Parsons.
I'm just gonna play
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon backwards all weekend. It's gonna be awesome,
Man, his malaria brownies are doing great.
dude. Be careful with those malaria brownies, all right?
They
Because
take
they
a
creep
while.
up on you. Like you eat half of one, and you're like,
Oh, I'm
I still
sweating.
feel, I still feel like I have malaria.
Yeah.
And then you eat the rest of it, and like, whoa, that was too much. That was too much.
Yeah.
So I'm a little curious because you were saying to me that that North Korea only allows like 2,000 tourists in. Is that per annum?
Per
Is that
year.
per year?
Yeah.
Um.
Around there.
So like, is there a lottery system? Like, how does that part work?
I think there's only a few tour groups that have a relationship with the North Korean government, and then their tours just fill up. This, however, so the reason I went during the time that I did was that they were celebrating the 100th birthday anniversary of Kim Il Sung, the founder of North Korea, and
Yes.
I figured that would be a huge celebration, and only happens once, so I want to be there for that. So this was actually the most tourists that they had ever had in the country
Oh wow.
at one time, which was around 600, and 60 with choreo alone.
Jeez. Okay.
Wait, there were 60 people in your group, or Choreo had different groups?
Total. They had different groups. Our group
Okay.
is about 20.
Oh, wow.
What was the makeup?
A lot of people from the UK.
Okay.
One Australian, Canadian, a couple Irishmen
It's a great joke. It was a good set.
walking to North Korea.
Polak goes to Pyongyang.
A lot of white people.
So yeah, I guess that was the crux of my question was.
Yeah. I mean, there are other like Choreo operates a Chinese tour, and I'm sure there are Russian tours as well. It used to be that only friendly countries could get into North Korea, and for a while, like Americans could not get in at all.
At all.
That was only a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
They've only recently opened it up, and Jake, the guy who let me know all this stuff, was Canadian, so I didn't know any Americans who had gone.
What was all the you mentioned some wheeling and dealing you had to do with various embassies to get in there?
Right. So there is no American embassy in North Korea, as you can probably imagine, but there is a Swedish.
Dude, that's kind of terrifying. The idea of like I'm going to a country where
Right,
there is
right.
no embassy that I can just like
Yeah.
safe haven to.
Yeah, there is a Swedish embassy though, and that's like the closest ally we have
Okay.
that has an embassy there. So I emailed them to tell them I was going, just as a precaution, and I emailed the American embassy in Beijing as well.
Did they
Just a heads up.
Did they like recommend not going? Were they like,
No,
hey,
Sweden emailed me back, and they're like, "All right, cool."
and did the American embassy say
Sweden got your
"Hey,
back.
You probably should.
maybe, like-
we don't really recommend people go there. You can do what you want, but
I don't think they got back to me.
just delete that email.
Yeah,
That guy's gone.
yeah.
What, Drew Scanlon?
One less taxpayer.
I never told you his name.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so was it difficult to get into the tour group? Was there a lottery system or something
I-
for that, or
I signed up pretty early. I've been
Okay.
planning this for, gosh,
Forever.
over 6 months.
Yeah.
Maybe a year.
Yeah.
Actually, probably a year. But yeah, I mean, I just signed up.
Signed up and let you in. And that was that.
Yeah.
Okay. But I imagine they do fill up, especially for things
And,
like
and
that,
again, this
that
was the
occasion.
biggest. Yeah, this is the biggest one they've ever run.
That's crazy. So you'd go to Beijing, spend some time in Beijing.
Yeah, saw the Great Wall, saw Tiananmen Square and the Forbidden City, and
Yeah.
just thought I'd make a trip out of it since I was going there anyway. That's why I was gone for 2 weeks.
What'd you eat?
I ate a lot of stuff.
Like what? Did you eat bugs?
Where
Scorpion?
in China?
Yeah.
Anywhere.
We
I don't
did.
care.
We did go to a place in China that had a, all the laminated photos on the wall. The dishes. There's one just a big old pot of cockroaches.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
You didn't get it?
We did not get that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I feel like you would be the one to go get it.
I was like, Wayne, what do you think? He's like, no.
Okay, so I guess this is another point. Did you have a travel partner or a buddy?
Friend of mine, Wayne, who speaks
Okay.
Mandarin. So
Oh God.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the main dialect in Beijing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
anything you eat that was like memorable that you were like, this is pretty good, or were you just like this
I had
better
never
than
had
the cockroaches?
tea eggs before. I don't know if you've had tea eggs.
Yeah, tea eggs are intense.
They're great.
Yeah.
I love tea
Are they
eggs.
eggs soaked in a tea, like boiled
Yeah,
in tea?
they're like
basically.
hard boiled and marinated. So I like
They
those
look.
a
The
lot.
color looks bizarre.
Yeah, they're kind of like a dark brown,
Yeah.
sometimes gray.
Yeah.
Mm.
I did
They
try.
look sickly, but they're not. They're fine.
They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did try bullfrog,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had frog before, but never like just a frog thrown in a suit. You tweeze it out with your chopstick, and it's just
A frog.
a
Full-on
frog.
frog.
Like
Oh, wow.
I've done legs.
Yeah.
You do parts of
This
a
is
frog.
like it's like missing the front part of the head, but everything else.
Just wasn't cleaned or anything. Still got the organs and
no,
all that
there's
stuff.
there's stuff
Is
inside.
it crunchy? They debone
No,
it?
no, it
Okay.
was kind of
It's like boiled for long enough.
yeah. I don't know what the consistency was.
Hmm.
Like between chicken and fish. It was
Did
really
you go to McDonald's?
Yes.
Oh right. How was that? Let's
They-
get real.
what's their-
Let's
hold
get
on,
serious.
hold on. Before we get into that though, I want to know: did you go to a bootleg McDonald's?
No.
'Cause-
Saw no
'cause-
bootlegs.
Because a friend of mine, old GameSpot cohort, Andy Deemer, lives in Beijing now, and he is constantly like sending out photos of like, here is this other. I got this like a dozen eggs, and there is this fake like rip off McDonald's Arches logo that they're using, or there's like this hamburger place that's using it. Like it's just the copyright law does not exist in China.
M's hamburgers.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I did not. I saw a fake Apple store though.
Oh, fake Apple! I hear fake Apple Store is amazing. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Maybe they sell your iPod that you guys bought.
No, it is. It
Yeah.
is like that janky bootleg iPod that I got off of eBay accidentally. Brad still has.
And a silk
I
tie.
do, I do in fact.
Yeah,
have
and
that.
that's sweet.
No,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
silk.
fake pink Hugo Boss tie went to the Goodwill. That's
wait-
out there.
So I want to hear about your McDougal's experience.
So I went to McDonald's. I went to I went to a McDonald's. I went to a KFC, and I went to a Pizza Hut.
Wait, you went to a KFC?
Yeah.
Why would you go to? I would avoid.
KFCs are everywhere. in
I know.
Beijing.
Yeah, they dude. A buddy of mine lived in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam for a while, and he was just like all about the KFC. And he said that he was there during like the bird flu
Yeah.
outbreak. So they had to kill all the fucking chickens in Asia.
So free.
So KFC suddenly is like, we sell fish now.
Yeah.
You want any of our meals that we have? Just slap some fish in there instead.
Yeah, we got fried fish.
Kentucky fish cooking.
Right.
Good enough.
So wait, you got fried fish
We
on
got-
KFC?
Yeah, fried fish. Fries.
Man, exotic.
They had also these little egg tarts.
Ooh,
What?
that sounds nice.
They're about this big.
Got a lot of egg
they
dishes,
were
huh?
they were really good.
Biscuits?
No biscuits.
Hmm.
Also like a wrap with chicken and like this Chinese sauce. I don't know what it's called, but it's like pervasive in everything. Really kind of it's dark, kind of bitter almost.
Mm.
That was really weird.
Soy sauce.
Salty.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Kiko Man.
It's
Is that?
weird. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
my favorite superhero. Kiko Man.
McDonald's had fried drumsticks.
Awesome. That's probably my dumbest favorite thing about traveling is the like,
Oh, boba tea at KFC.
really?
Yeah.
Who's he? Is he from episode 1?
He's like the fake iced tea.
Boba tea?
Boba tea.
Chinese iced tea.
Yeah, no, Vinny, I'm with you. Like the going to the familiar place and you're like, what is this weird fucking thing that you have here?
And I need to have it.
And I will absolutely get this potato bacon pie at the McDonald's in Tokyo.
It's the only thing that's different anymore.
Yeah.
There was for the dipping sauce for the chicken McNuggets was it was like garlic and then a sweet and sour. So
Yum.
Kind of limited options. All right, I wanted to mention that yes, you went to Beijing, and Beijing is obviously a huge and intense, amazing city full of wonder and mystery of its own.
Yeah.
But let's get to North Korea.
All right,
man.
let's
get
go.
to fucking Pyongyang.
What happens when you cross? Like you're in a bus or something, and they just shuttle you over through the DMZ. Like how do you get there?
You fly.
And then you feel it as you're crossing over the
like,
parallel.
oh, I just
like,
entered.
Oh, scanned, and
Yeah.
then so you just fly right over.
You just fly right over.
You're coming at it from the side, right?
Yeah.
Because you're coming from China, so you're not crossing that particular line.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm not even sure. You go over a little bit of water, but
So on
short hop.
the plane, are there military personnel or anything?
I don't know, because I was in the back row and there was a dude in a suit, Asian guy, who
Don't speculate.
stood in the galley, the whole time, and had at least one cigarette during the flight.
You could smoke on the plane.
No.
But he
that,
could.
That guy could.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Did he open a window?
So there's that.
Wow. Wait, did anybody?
Dude, I don't.
Doesn't sound right.
I have probably been on like a flight in my life where when they still had smoking and non.
I don't think they do it.
Yeah, I think most places are kind of like nah, son.
They made the announcement, no smoking. There are
Okay.
no smoking signs on this plane because it's so old.
Okay.
Right, but
Um,
they said in English no smoking.
Yeah.
And
then-
Also, there's an. I wonder if there's video of this. They have a North Korean safety briefing video, and it's great.
Oh my god, like on the
So
plane.
good. Yeah.
Oh my god, I bet that's amazing.
Is there a
So
guy
good.
standing in the background of the entire video smoking once, never looking at the camera?
No, but
It's
one of the
conspicuous shades.
Yeah.
for the most part, it's very similar to any one that you've ever seen. But one thing you do on a North Korean airline that you don't do on an American one, for instance, is when you're assuming the crash position, you must remove your shoes.
What?
Yeah.
You don't want to die with your shoes on?
That's about it.
It's.
Probably it's hard to swim with shoes on.
You think?
It's a water landing.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, it wouldn't be polite.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't they want
You're coming
You
into
do
the
not
ocean's
enter
home.
anyone's house with your
Yeah.
shoes on. Do not enter Poseidon's domain.
right or God's house?
Also, it's not called a water landing. It's just ditching.
Like your bike. I'm gonna ditch my bike. So ghost ride this plane. So wait, really take your shoes off? That seems like usually they want you to secure all loose items, but this is just kick them off.
Yeah, just like you place them neatly next to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
In
Yeah.
this emergency landing. Whatever. We're not here to speculate.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Don't know the reason why, but just fact is they want you to take your shoes off.
Very good ditch.
Really want to see that video.
Yeah, me too.
So you touch down in Pyongyang. You're in the airport.
Yeah. So, first you get off the plane. I was in the way back, so it exited in the front
here
and the
I've,
back.
I've got this fun still here of the safety instructions.
Yeah, there you go.
This does not say anything about shoes.
No, but you can see there that it's called ditching.
Maybe they were just fucking around with you. What are we gonna
Yeah.
do this time, Jerry? I don't tell them to take their shoes off. Tell them to take
No,
their
this
shoes
is a
off. Tell them-
video. I mean,
Oh,
it was-
okay.
yeah.
All right.
So we exit the front and the back. So I got off the back and was one of the first out of the back of the plane. You just descend stairs on a tarmac. There's no jetway or anything. And the airport is full size. It is a big airport. We were the only plane on the tarmac.
Wow.
No other flights going in or out. I think that's the only airline that operates there, and it runs, I think, fairly frequently,
Just
like every
30
half hour or so.
35 gates all bound for Beijing.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Um,
interesting considering it was the celebration. You think there would be way more traffic than normal.
Yeah.
I don't know that there are a lot of North Korean expats itching to come back though
And celebrate.
to celebrate anything.
Yeah. But once you're out, you're out.
If I had to guess.
Yeah,
That's-
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So deserted airport. That was my first, experience
Introduction.
with North Korea. Yeah. And then I
So
went down
like
the stairs.
big, relatively modern, or just
Yeah.
it was an airport.
It was an airport.
Okay.
It didn't have like a big terminal or anything. We just kind of went into a building, and then that was the customs line, and
Mhm.
at the other end of the customs line is
What sort of questions they ask you at customs?
No questions. I just handed them my passport. So North Korea does not stamp your passport,
Oh,
which
okay.
is kind of
Kind of lame. You wanted
kind
that.
of lame. I
Yeah.
want a North Korean stamp my passport, but on the other hand, you don't really want a North Korean
No.
stamp your passport.
And yeah, any other country to go like, been to North Korea recently. What's that about?
Yeah, I did put DPRK on my customs form coming back into the U.S. and the guy didn't say anything. So
He doesn't know what that is.
And then on the other
that's why I put DPRK
Yeah.
in North Korea.
I
on
went
the
to Dubrick.
on the other end, when you're going back to China for customs, were there any weird questions there?
They're cool.
Just like
They're buddies.
whatever.
Yeah.
You can't. You're a tourist. You can't fucking do anything in
Yeah.
North Korea.
So any armed guards yet?
I don't know if the people in the airport are armed. But it's funny, as I was going through the security thing, you scan your bag and stuff. The guy pulls my bag aside and goes, "Cell phone?" No cell phone. And
You had given it to him already?
I'd given it to the people. And he points to a pouch in my bag, and I open it up and pull out my DS. And he's like
Oh.
looking at it, and then I open it up, and he's like, "Oh, okay." So guy knew what a DS was.
Hmm.
Or at least knew it wasn't a phone.
Or maybe that. Or yeah.
And
He pulled out my games too, and I'm like, "No, look, click." They go in there. He was fine.
Did you play a little like Mario Kart with him afterward?
No,
Drew brought everybody together.
that's right. Over video games.
Yes, and then it started a war because you started snaking.
Yeah.
Good job, Drew.
So they let
So Drew, how about we just start running some of these? 'Cause you took a ton of photos while
I
you were
took-
there,
3,500 pictures.
and you managed to cull that down to
About
300 something.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of them loaded up here.
Okay.
Do we want to just start kind of tearing through these and
Sure.
seeing what's?
Yeah, so I think the first one is right after we got off out of the customs, we got onto the bus and then went here. We
Okay.
couldn't take pictures from the bus.
Oh God, is that you in the middle of the road?
That's me.
What'd
yeah.
they do to you?
That is cool. So I mean, North Korea surprisingly blasé about a lot of stuff.
Wait, but you're standing in the middle of the road.
Yeah. And then we went to this place. This is Kim Il Sung's birthplace.
Oh wow.
This particular, not that quite the shot. Maybe if you shift over a little bit and look at it head on, that image is everywhere in North Korea. It's in propaganda posters. It's in we might show it later. And we went to a flower exhibit and they had
So wait,
It's
who's
hallowed ground. I'm
which
sure.
which birthplace is this? Which Kim?
Kim Il Sung, the founder of North Korea.
Oh wow, it looks fairly modern.
It's cleaned up and pristine. So we were checking it out, and there was this group of kids behind us who had brooms. They're waiting for us to clear out, and then they go in, and as like a sign of to pay respects, they clean the place up.
After every visit.
No, just to like all right, kids, we're gonna go to the Kim Il Sung's birthplace, and we're gonna clean it up.
Oh, as like a field trip kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And then we hiked up a hill and got our first view of Pyongyang. It looks pretty smoggy, probably because of those smokestacks.
Probably because all that
But
smog.
you don't want to speculate.
Not a lot of cars.
Yeah. So you're thinking like factory industrial?
Yeah, it didn't feel that smoggy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Yeah, like that.
Vinny, how do I turn that off?
It said stop.
I know, but it keeps starting again every time I go to the next image.
You keep talking. I'll spin around.
Okay.
So this is we went to a restaurant. Had some food.
So there is in
contrary-
fact food.
Contrary to what I had heard, food is edible. It is surprisingly edible. It's not great, but it's good. I mean, kimchi. The kimchi was good there, spicy. I liked it. At the top, I think that's a fried fish,
Yeah,
some potatoes,
some eggs, some potatoes.
some eggs, tempura vegetables.
Yeah.
Say some tofu.
Tofu. Yeah, I think that's what that
Why is that spoon so long?
That's a
Did you
really
get-
long spoon.
Did you get a
Long spoon.
sundae or something? It looks like. And is it a cherry next to it? Oh yeah.
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 North Korean
North
beer.
Korean. It's actually pretty good. It's
Yeah?
about it's like a cross between Tsingtao and like a PBR.
Okay.
Except not as metallic. So I liked it a lot.
That's cheap, yeah. Cheap, watery beer. Sign me up.
Yeah, it's good.
Number 2.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's my buddy Wayne
Ah.
joining glass.
Who's the guy behind him?
That's a British bloke.
Oh, okay.
So this is at dinner.
I think
Sad dinner.
Jeff has that shirt.
So how the green and yeah, maybe. Actually, that kind of looks like a Gary shirt. Actually, that kind of looks like Gary.
Kind of totally. Yeah.
It was
Gary's
Gary
long
Whitta.
lost brother.
Gary Wood, it turns out.
Shoot that guy.
Did you guys have
Incognito.
any choice as to where you were going to eat, or did
No.
you just go where you were told?
No, we-
Because
I was gonna ask, yeah, like how controlled.
Well, very very strict well, not a strict itinerary, but everywhere we had to go, or everywhere we went, we had to approve first, and it was all prearranged.
And it was like stay with the group.
Yeah.
Like there was no just like go enjoy Pyongyang. It's
No.
like you're gonna come down from your room. You're gonna join the group.
Meet on the bus in 10 minutes. They let us kind of run around in some areas,
Mhm.
but like you can run around here. Don't go across that street. Back on the bus. This is our hotel.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Disco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks busy.
They love neon lighting.
Yeah, apparently.
And yeah, this is the busiest this hotel has ever been.
Yeah.
It looks big.
So was the staff
Yeah.
just like fucking losing it?
No, they were very professional and
They speak the staff English?
not a lot.
Okay. Enough to get by?
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, we're interacting with the highest, the
like
best.
front facing
Yeah,
English
front pa-
speaks
Yeah, we're
Right.
we're seeing basically the best North Korea has to offer.
for English speaking. Oh, you mean like just a guided group of like a guided experience. You're seeing a vertical slice of North Korea.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh yeah, I've read that you don't see a damn thing that the government doesn't want you to see. Is that your impression? I mean, not that you would know otherwise, but
That's true. I don't really know otherwise, but they have their act together in that respect. They don't completely have their act together. They can't control everything.
Live demo.
Exactly. So, I mean, we took trips out to the countryside.
Mm.
Our bus wasn't blacked out. We saw, farms and stuff, and so I mean, they can't hide everything from us. But it was a very, choreographed trip.
So you got that sense, like, regardless of anything else, like the idea of like you're being shown a very specific
Yeah.
thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, go back to go back to the room. I want to see.
Oh yeah. Well, this is that's the hallway, I
It's
assume.
the hallway in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that looks like Tokyo to me.
But no art on the wall.
No, there's no art.
Where do you hide the bugs?
bugs?
Flower pot.
Our Western
Oh,
guide told us.
Why that's there.
Oh, there. Okay, yeah.
They don't hide them. It's just there.
Gigantic. Hi guys.
Dude, what does that do? I see it in the wide shot. It's between the two beds.
Yeah.
No, we had those in Tokyo. They're for lights and stuff, right? It's for controlling
It didn't
the room.
do anything. We turned off.
Oh, wow.
of course it didn't.
Yeah. Also, our beds are about 2 or 3 inches of foam and then wood.
Yeah.
That sounds actually kind of awesome.
Yeah, kind of
like
a nice hard. Oh, my back's been killing me all
I did
goddamn
fine.
day.
Wayne didn't do so hot, but I did fine. Also, the floors are heated.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't kick your shoes off.
And the ceilings are cracked.
Energy saving light bulbs everywhere in North Korea, which I guess makes sense.
Sure.
What was on
We
TV?
found a crack in your facade.
What was on the TV?
There are 2 channels.
Okay.
And one is a slightly better picture than the other channel. So it's really just 20.
So it's 2 channels, but 1 program.
Yeah.
And what was it? Weather?
A lot of performances. When they, they put the parade up there. They put Kim Jong Un's speech
Okay.
up there. A lot of like just operas, and here's a performance, and here's a chorus, and a lot of that kind
Original
of stuff.
programming.
Yeah, original.
Okay.
programming.
Talking about the energy saving light bulbs, like, did you get the sense generally that it's kind of a culture of conservation? I mean, you hear a lot about famine over there, and they have very limited trade with other nations. Like, do you think that is everybody very mindful of like making the most of what they got?
I think it's more like we experience sort of like, here, you're our guests. We're going to treat you as best we can. The power did go out a couple times over the course of the trip, but never more than 5 minutes, which our Western guys said was unprecedented.
Pretty rare.
But that could be so.
You're saying the rare thing being how few times.
How little the power went out.
I do know. I have heard a lot about just like rolling blackouts and
Yeah.
stuff, and like at night just there aren't street lights.
Yeah.
Like the
So-
electricity just goes down.
Yeah. The thing about this trip that was hard to what was hard to suss out is, what am I seeing? I'm there during a holiday. Is this what I'm seeing here because of the holiday? Is
Right.
it because I am here as a tourist,
There's-
or
yeah, so many
what is-
factors.
what is really real?
Right.
What does what does Pyongyang look like normally?
But yeah, you're seeing it
And that's
through
very
like
hard to
it's,
determine.
it's the Western perspective. It's being presented for the Western perspective, but then
Yeah.
there's also this big thing, this big kind of celebration that they would be blowing it out anyway.
What's up with soda juice?
I know. I spoiled the surprise here. I jumped to this too early. I
So
couldn't
this
see it
is
from the
the-
preview
this is
window,
on
but
the breakfast buffet.
soda juice.
What was in soda
How
juice?
do you juice soda?
So
The Wiley soda plant?
I think they wanted to have orange juice, but the only thing they had for breakfast was orange Fanta.
Ah, that
That's
makes
what
more
that
sense.
is.
That's kind of soda juice. I would-
Soda juice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, North Korea, you got to pass.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, the
Oh,
you
that
can see
looks
up there
Good.
the
Those look like Asian sausages right there.
the upper right that was called French roast bread,
Oh,
and on the top there that omelet was labeled as omelet with eggs.
Wait, where's the omelet?
On the top, the yellow part.
you see the little bit poking
Just
out
a little
there?
bit.
Oh yeah, just a little like yeah,
The
So-
egg, the
little
egg brick.
turtle tail.
It's
Yeah.
it's not bad food. It's kind of bland, and hard. In the hard boiled eggs is kind of subjective. Sometimes about
little
50% of the
soft-boiled.
time it would be a little.
I find the rest of the world
soft inside.
generally tends to like their eggs softer.
Oh yeah.
What else was in that picture?
Just some noodle stuff and.
What was the
and,
thing with like jam on it?
That was toast or bread.
That's bread.
That's bread.
That's totally bread.
What's
Crust,
the,
crust cut off.
what's the thing at the bottom?
Sausage. Wow. Which is kind of like hot dogs.
And then
Yeah, I was gonna
coleslaw-
say those have like the foamy
Yeah, those are hot dogs.
texture of what Asia thinks friggin' sausage should look like.
Yeah, but totally edible.
And is that
Tea.
coleslaw?
No, it's noodles and shredded
Oh, okay.
veggies and stuff.
And coffee. Yeah, giant American coffee you got.
They ate coffee and tea.
Wow.
So this is us. We were driving to visit this war memorial, and not barren streets. There were a lot of people actually walking around, probably because of the holiday and stuff. They're going to various. This is actually on the day of the holiday, and then we suddenly, we passed this street. We're now allowed to take pictures off the bus. So this is from the bus. Look down a street and hundreds of kids. I had this impression that even in the relatively populous city of Pyongyang, that it was fairly desolate and not a lot of people. But, as you will see, there's a lot of people in Pyongyang.
That's a lot of kids. Oh yeah, I see what you're
more.
saying. The barren streets.
Right.
Those are wide streets.
So, yeah, that's another thing. The streets are huge.
you got to
so
fit a tank down it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's wide. Are they?
Yeah.
Is it dirt?
No,
Okay.
mostly paved. So this is at the on the way up to the war memorial. It's this giant staircase, and we walked up it and saw a few soldiers along the way, paying their respects. This is our guide, Miss Kim, laying flowers at the foot of the war memorial.
Oh wow.
Uh,
Which war?
These soldiers are the fighters who fought with Kim Il Sung against the Japanese.
Okay.
So these are revolutionary fighters, and you can see it's kind of a switchback, and you go and pay your respects to each soldier and stuff, and then you finally get up
Wait, is
to
that
the front there.
is that a monument for each soldier, like a bust for every soldier?
Yeah.
Holy crap! And they're all sculpted to look like a dude, or they're
Yeah, I
all the
think
same
so.
dude?
No, they're not the same dude.
Holy crap!
And you get up to the front, and it's Kim Il Sung and like his commanders.
How many were there?
I think I'm at the front here, and it's probably 2 or 3 times what you see.
Wow.
So
That's
you-
intense.
So you get up to the front, and we were like taking pictures of the bus up there and stuff, and we turned around, and suddenly there were thousands of soldiers behind us.
Oh, geez.
following you.
Yeah, what's the next picture? Yeah,
I
Those
think
ones.
you're being followed, Drew.
yeah.
Got it.
Put
So
the camera away.
They would line up, and then they would all come up these steps, and then bow in front of the bust of Kim Il Sung. And then it's tough to see, but behind there are like companies of soldiers.
You
coming
can
up the
see kind of
stairs.
in the distance there.
Yeah.
It's maybe doesn't play on the stream very
so
well, but
being an American, surrounded by thousands of North Korean soldiers,
Yeah.
was a little weird.
Were they armed or
No, they weren't armed.
Okay.
But also, you get up close to them, and you're like, these guys are just talking to each other and joking around. These are just people.
Mm,
Yeah.
They're kids.
right.
So they weren't they weren't that scary. It was
It
just
wasn't like
kind of
this
a-
menacing force. It was
Right.
like,
they're just
Yeah.
doing what
yeah,
they gotta
they're
do.
soldiers, they're dudes.
Well,
Yeah.
like, is it mandatory military? Everybody's got to be in the military.
I don't know. I
Okay.
forgot to ask that.
Okay.
But yeah. And then we went down to a celebration. There's just some cars.
And then their cars were following us.
Mostly modern cars, a lot of German cars. They do have their own car. I wasn't able
Oh, what's
to-
the house brand in North
I think
Korea?
it's the Dove.
Ooh, I drive a Dove.
Yeah.
Sure.
White plates mean government, and that's almost all we saw.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So this is one of the few traditional looking buildings we saw because Pyongyang was leveled during the Korean War. I think there were
Right.
3 buildings standing.
Oh, geez.
But then we walked into this celebration that was happening, and up to this point we hadn't really interacted with a lot of North Koreans. But we got in here and were able to see them face to face, and they were having a jolly good time. And this was actually an exchange with some of their allies. So like these are all Russians and stuff. You can move on. These girls are preparing to do their little performance. So everyone around here is like, look at that camera.
Holy
Oh my
wait,
God!
is
Look
this
at that
for
camera.
real?
Yeah.
Wait.
So we saw at other times there were like news cameras that
Wow.
looked like real cameras.
But this guy had
Modern
this
cameras, but
had
this
this
guy had
old
this
ass
one.
cartridge.
So I think this is
Wow.
more like when they have, like at a football game when they have the night or like the movie camera for like their internal or their
Like the
their
film
highlight
camera?
reel.
Yep,
Yeah.
when you're doing the NFL films, ba 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 ba,
Yeah.
like you have, it's a different angle, it's a different
This
thing.
is just this is not like the extent of their video technology. There was a band which was probably too large for the size of this gathering.
Are they all women?
Yes.
Huh.
Some kids.
Little
Very
kids.
wavy.
Yeah.
A lot of waving.
Yeah, throughout the country, even in the countryside, kids wave all the time.
These kids look happy. I'm not gonna speculate, but they look happy.
And well fed.
And then giant car cats
Yep.
all over.
Right next to the celebration was this amusement park. I don't know if it was operational, if they were just
This
waiting
does
for
not
the,
look like it is currently.
I don't know if they were just waiting for the people to get done with the celebration.
Well, there's
and then
there's
open it
stuff
up.
like it's not open
They
right
were
now,
cleaning
but
it and stuff. I mean,
yeah.
it looks nice.
yeah.
And then I walked up this hill, saw this this aquatic center, and then saw the pool, which was
No.
not in the greatest
Don't go in the pool.
of repair. I think it's the next picture.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They did not like me taking the picture.
Oh, of that?
Of the pool. Yeah,
Not
Did
quite
they-
the
did they
happiest
say-
place on earth.
Did they say something to you?
they go, and then wave their hand.
Oh. And did you just
Wait,
say,
hold on. Do that again for the camera.
Hi?
Okay.
Maybe
It's
that's why they were waving at you the entire time.
Don't look.
Don't
at me.
take a picture
Yeah,
of me.
No. Oh, they're so happy.
Such a festive people.
They just clap and wave wherever I
That's
go.
it. Everywhere I go, it's just clap, clap, wave, wave.
Oh man.
Some people enjoying a lake that I found, and Ferris wheel.
In the wild. Wow.
So
Where's
it
this?
has some countryside.
Okay.
This is pretty not too far outside Pyongyang, but I included it because the tractors there. So during the Korean War, all their cows got blown up. So in order to farm,
I'm sorry, that's not a funny thing to laugh at. They lost all their fucking cows.
That's
yeah.
pretty terrible.
so
That's,
in order
that's
to
an
farm,
actual fact.
Nobody thinks of the cows.
they had to build their own tractors. So tractors are a source of national pride in North Korea. They're very proud of
They
their
built their
tractors.
own?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What does that have to do with the cows?
Because they would pull the plows
Yeah.
and till the farmland.
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff.
Okay, like they're oxen. They're
Yeah.
okay.
So we still saw a few oxen.
They're beasts of burden.
Yeah, I thought their cows were building their tractors before. Like then they had to build them themselves, and that's
Those tractors were terrible.
Gary Larson got all his material from North Korea. It's just a documentary. Far Side. Now we know.
We've got more Drew in streets.
Yes,
Yep.
that's a mausoleum, I think. And then nearby were some kids.
Dude, seriously, how fucking huge these streets are.
They're big, and it's easy to make them look desolate because you just find the one that no one needs to drive down. There are like busy streets,
Sure.
but one, they're huge. Two, not a lot of people have cars, and three, you don't need to drive down every street. So there's a lot of opportunities to get those empty
So you're
street
saying there
shots.
wasn't a lot of reasons for people like I gotta drive to whatever is down at the end of this road.
Yeah, they make very good for processions and stuff and
Sure.
parades.
Sure.
What kind of style are they? Wheel on the right hand side, wheel on the left hand side, driving on the right hand side.
They are driving the right.
drive on the right. Is that what we do?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking for a ride?
Yeah.
No.
All right, let's.
Wheel on the left.
Wheel
Drive
on the
right.
left.
Yeah.
Drive on the right.
These kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean
That's what we do.
Okay, I thought when you said drive
yeah,
on the right, I
not
thought you
right
meant
hand drive.
I thought you
no.
meant right hand drive.
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah. No.
All right, so they're like us.
These 4 kids were just hanging out
Oh, look at that bike.
by the mausoleum. Yeah, it's a sick bike.
Look at that one
Um,
kid on the right there. He's like, man.
These
Mean mugging.
white
Yeah, I'm the
people.
leader.
I had brought some Ghirardelli chocolate.
I'm wearing this pink vest, so you know I'm the toughest.
This kid, the guy in the green, when we left, that is I don't know if you can see, but that staircase to their right, to our left, is going down, and it's like an underground passage. He jumped down like it's like a story, and just rolled and got up and walked away like a little parkour
Oh,
North Korean parkour kid.
that's great.
But I had brought some Ghirardelli chocolate from San Francisco and gave them these because they were
You're
so
not
polite.
allowed to do that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you can bring some stuff, yeah.
Oh, no mixing the
Bring,
cultures.
you bring sweets for the natives. That's what you do.
Now they're going to eat chocolate and revolt.
Know what freedom is.
Yeah. Giardelli.
Yep.
That's the name
And
of
they
their gang
bowed.
now.
They
Yeah,
were so
it looked like
polite.
they were bad.
I mean, you can see him. You can
Yeah.
see that's
Yeah.
he is mid bow right there.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, to be fair, Ghirardelli chocolate's really good.
Yeah, but like how much
Even
you could-
even as someone who has had some fucking chocolate.
I wonder if he could flip that in North Korea. Next picture is going to be that kid with a car. It's like, I sold that bike.
Yeah, fuck the bike, man.
Yeah. Here's I tried to get a shot of like just a typical apartment building in.
So you see a lot of
Pyongyang.
buildings looking like this in Pyongyang.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff.
So what? Like some sort of propaganda? I'm assuming.
The one in the middle is at like advertising the commemoration
yeah.
of the 100th birthday.
But I guess there's not like ads, right? There's not
there
like
are no ads.
there's not like billboards and like products
Oh, like
to be
I saw
sold.
I saw
Yeah.
one thing that looked like an ad. It was for the car. But you know, it's the state produced that ad.
Right, 'cause
and
it's
the
not
state
like-
produces
yeah.
the car.
I mean, it's
Fucking
not. It's not.
Coca-Cola, PepsiCo,
Right.
no, like
None
it's
of
not-
that, and it's really bizarre.
It's not your average like first world consumer culture, right?
No.
So Brad and Drew, how different is this from South Korea?
Like 100%
Okay, yeah.
diametrically opposed.
like
to
just
this. Like,
this, but the entire opposite.
I mean, you've been to Japan. South Korea looked like
Just like any
in terms
modern-
of like the architecture and technology and kind of the fashion and style and all that stuff. All the trappings felt a lot,
so this is just
a lot,
like
a lot like Tokyo. I mean,
kinda
there
like a
were
time warp.
differences, but
okay,
That's kind of why I wanted to go because it was like going back in time.
like a little capsule.
Yeah.
Okay, more pictures.
Yeah, I think someone was just saying that was translating some of these billboards for us.
Oh yeah.
Someone was saying it might say "forward with confidence."
put it in context. The DPRK is what, like 70 years old or something like that. Is that right? It's all. I mean, the modern split is like around post World War
war
II
ended
and
in
then- and then
53.
the Korean War around 1950, right?
Yeah.
So, like modern North and South Korea kind of jumped off from there, right?
Yeah.
So it hasn't been all that long.
No, and they've went
Like
very
just
different
completely
directions.
opposite directions.
Drew, I've actually got a really good question from the chat here.
What's that?
Tanakazi wants to know what's the noise level in Pyongyang like? Is it as quiet as it looks?
Yeah. So our hotel was close to Pyongyang. It wasn't it was like right outside the city. And we would stand on the balconies at night and hear nothing. Like no horns, no sirens, no dogs barking.
It's crazy.
It was
Like
very weird.
the idea of like being in the middle of a big metropolitan area
And nothing.
and just silence.
And it sounds like when you go camping.
Are you
Wow.
not to derail? Are you comfortable talking about your one dog experience?
Oh yeah.
All right,
Yeah, that's later.
lay it on. Okay.
Oh
is
yeah,
that-
well,
is that in the
let's get to
pictures?
that.
I
Let's
don't
Yeah.
build.
want to get
All right.
ahead of ourselves.
Let's build.
All right.
So a procession here.
So we were in the van, in the bus, and our tour guide got a call on her cell phone. North Koreans have cell phones.
They have
I thought the
something.
whole like it was highly contraband.
You have to buy your own cell phone. It is distributed to you by the government, and you can only make local calls.
Oh, okay. So like having a
Also,
unlocked
it's
cell
expensive.
phone.
It's like 200 euros or something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are for like the upper tiers of society. Anyway, she got a phone call and said, "Hey, guess what? We have been allowed to go to a military parade."
That's cool.
So I was jumping out of my seat at this point.
And this
So
is what we're seeing
this
here.
is walking up to the military parade. There's people waving.
Don't
And then
stop taking
suddenly-
pictures of us.
Dudes started driving by.
That's right. Lots of waving and clapping.
Yep. With AK-47s,
Wow.
and yeah, I cannot believe they allowed us to do this.
To take pictures of it? What are you talking about, man? This is putting fear into my heart.
That's true.
This is propaganda.
I mean,
brought back.
that's kind of the reason for these parades, right? To show Westerners, like, hey, we're freaking awesome.
Wait, is that a woman?
Yeah, these are women.
Both women.
They allow women in their military? I didn't know
Oh
that.
yeah,
Sexy.
take everybody they can get.
What kind of cars are those?
Korean.
Yeah.
I think they're probably Russian.
Those are probably old Russian.
Yeah. So yeah, I was expecting when I went here to see a lot of people, attending the parade because the party had told them to, and they were just
Right.
going to stand there and wave. These people were pumped. They were really excited.
Did not seem like they were faking it.
No, and so did the soldiers too. You can see those those are genuine. That's genuine pride, and excitement. There's Wayne with some armaments in the background.
This is a giant
Just this
cannon.
cannon. This
Yeah.
is barrel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can cruise through some of
Your
these.
starting lineup.
I have a lot of them. There's some generals.
Dude, their hats are awesome.
Yeah,
Look at
that's a
those
big
general
hat.
hats.
Yeah.
Say.
Yeah, that's a big hat.
That's
wow.
That's what the guys look like that you see on the news walking around with the leader,
Yeah.
like the giant hats like that.
That's a long cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a small
Look at that
man
guy.
in a giant cannon.
He's so happy.
That dude is stoked. It's like, check out my tank.
Wow.
Fucking awesome tank.
Wow.
Guys, I'm in the bottom part of the tank, but it's still pretty cool down here, you
What does
guys.
that thing do? Oh, that's amphibious.
More
Yep.
carriers. More
Man.
carriers.
And no problem taking pictures here? Nobody waved you?
Nope,
Moved you down?
No problem.
Oh.
And yeah, straight up tanks.
Man, look at a lot
The
of
ground
tanks.
shakes when these things roll
I
by.
hope so.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
When did the mechs come out?
These are the mechs.
Yeah, that guy's taking a picture of me.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's not awesome.
Now you are on
Yeah.
file.
Yep.
Thanks, got you. Oh,
Yep.
that's his picture.
That's what he got. Little
Some exhaust.
not yeah, I was
huh?
gonna say not up to emission standards, but
Oh yeah. Wait till you see that
Oh,
picture.
And then they gassed the
Yeah.
crowd.
It like changed gears. Yeah. That guy kept an eye on me though, even in the
Seriously,
in the fog.
is that one of you guys from your group or?
The guy in the hat? No.
Yeah, it's just
that is
same guy.
that's clearly a military man.
Yeah.
Is that guy just watching you the entire time?
Yeah.
Holy
So
crap.
with us, we just had our guide, Miss Kim, and then a coordinator guy and a driver. That's all we had.
Okay. What's that guy's got flowers?
Yep.
And a giant plane rocket?
Yep.
Okay.
More rockets.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Man.
More rockets.
Jeez, dude. They just wheel this.
This
wow.
one was covered in camo. It's
that
a
a
giant
Scud?
rocket. They had these unveiled for Kim Jong Un when they rolled them past him in the square, but
Oh.
they were camoed up for us. Wow. Then we left that parade and ran into another one, completely by accident.
But this is like
This
this is like North Korean
the
like
celebration.
fucking Mardi Gras. This
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
North Korean like blowing it out.
So
There's
it's not
no
surprising
occasion
that-
bigger.
Yeah, that a main street is blocked off. That's Kim Il Sung. The next one is Kim Jong Il.
What, did they flip it around?
No, there's two cars.
Oh.
Yeah, that are going by. We were around a lot of school
Is
kids.
that the arch in the background? Is that where you were standing in front
Yeah,
of
and
earlier?
you can see there. These trucks go all the way through there and keep going. Like you cannot see the end of these trucks.
Wow.
Oh, just like what the procession looks like.
Yeah. So these are all just dudes in trucks.
And just flowers.
Yeah.
Flowers.
These chicks really into the soldiers.
I bet.
Yeah. There you go.
Gosh.
That's a big. What's that say?
Her jacket says DPR Korea.
Nice.
It's Wayne. fitting in.
Wayne, flowers, more waving.
Don't take pictures.
Don't take pictures, soldiers.
I stopped taking pictures.
No, seriously. You,
The guy
white
with the
guy
ca-
with
with
the
the-
camera. How much clearer can we be?
Fire missile at him. Where's this?
There's a park by the river, Taedong River, which runs through Pyongyang.
A lot of this, there's a. Well, maybe it's just because we've been dealing with color levels in here today, but a certain amount of desaturation, like a lot of
In the
yeah,
country?
a lot of drabness in the like. You look at stuff like this, like in the parades and whatever, and yeah, of course, that's going to be a lot more colorful.
Yeah, I mean a lot of concrete, a lot of people wearing darks, and a lot of not a lot of blue sky.
Yeah.
and not a lot of green vegetation. I don't know if it's the time of year.
But that's hard to gauge.
Yeah, trees were barren in Beijing is where some wavy kids.
That's from your bus.
That's from our bus. Yeah,
Who's that?
goats. Those are the first animals I saw.
Oh,
Um,
in the background there.
Yeah, no pets.
Wow.
Just the occasional goat herd and some oxen.
Was somebody with the herd, or were they
Goats
free
in the
roaming?
city?
Yeah, I think they were just grazing.
Wow.
They had a. I think they had a dude.
Oh wow,
Shepherd.
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 That's another restaurant. Our restaurants look like this a lot. I'm assuming they are the nicer establishments. Did not see any like normal restaurants. Metro train.
So
They're
that's
jammed, huh?
that's the public transit for your working North Korean.
There's a subway as well.
Okay.
And there's buses.
But they're not letting you onto any of that shit.
We went in the subway.
Oh, okay.
There's pictures of that.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Here we
Here we
is this us going?
Yep.
Yay!
Also, this is the longest escalator I've ever seen in my
Wow.
Dude, that's
life.
awesome. Wait, hold on. Are you going up or down?
Down.
That's terrifying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks
it
like a
took
scene
like
from
2
Millennium.
minutes. Yeah. Also, there are well, we'll see, but
That's a nice looking metro. The train looks kind
yeah,
of
it
old.
was beautiful inside. It was immaculate, very
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
I wonder if that did not get blown up. If that's original.
I think that's why they're so deep.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Man.
There's the trains,
That-
happy workers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy Drew.
We're
That's a
in
nice
the train.
picture.
Yeah, thanks. I'm wearing
Um,
that shirt right now.
Doesn't seem very crowded on there.
Confirmed.
Oh, look at that picture.
Yep, that's nice.
Is that doesn't seem very crowded on that car?
No, yeah, I don't really know what time
Hmm.
it was. If it was during a commute hour or something. There's the leaders.
Who's that?
The leaders at the top there
Oh
above
yeah,
the door.
yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha.
How pervasive is that imagery? Do you see them
It's all
everywhere?
over the place.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Apparently, when Kim Jong Il was alive, he forbid his image to be anywhere.
Really?
Presumably to not diminish from the glory of Kim Il Sung.
Mm,
But as soon as he died, he was like martyred. So
right.
pictures all over the place.
That is really gorgeous looking.
That
station.
loudspeaker, there's
Wow.
one about every 50 feet. It's just blasting messages and patriotic music all the time.
Well, that elevator or the escalator ride is probably like 40 minutes.
Yeah, so you
gotta
need
have
some
something.
entertainment. Yeah,
Don't kill yourself.
there's just that's just some people walking around Pyongyang. That's
This
what it
is
looks
the
like.
streets of Pyongyang.
Yeah,
Streets.
subway.
I guess the two things, Drew, that you've mentioned so far that are the craziest to me, are the notion of like the silent metropolitan area at night and the no advertising, because you are in a major city. I don't care. Anywhere I've been on this earth that's been a big city, it's just covered top to bottom in advertising on everything.
Yeah.
So when you see, images like this, and the only stuff that's there is this like patriotic
Hmm.
propaganda kind of stuff, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's unlike anything else. It's just, you see this stuff. Although I got to say, like, props to whoever the like graphic designers are that North Korea uses, because the stuff they do is fucking top notch.
Yeah, I actually bought a propaganda poster.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, fuck. I should have asked you, because that stuff is amazing.
which is hand painted by a North Korean. All this stuff is hand painted.
right. No computers.
No, not really.
Yeah, some of the stuff that I've seen, especially some of like the more severe, like anti-Western stuff that I've seen, is amazing.
Yeah.
The strength of the North Korean soldier. Yeah. Just great, severe artistic styles.
What's this?
So yeah, what's going on here, Drew?
So we our guide mentioned that we were going to a children's performance, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be kind of cute, little kids doing performance. This was incredible. I have never seen anything like this. Every single one of those kids up there is a prodigy.
Yeah.
These are the most talented kids in the country of North Korea, and every single one of them up there is an expert.
Like,
at
what were
whatever
they
do.
doing?
Let's see. It started with a girl about 8 years old. Everyone is 5 to 15 in here. 8 years old, the most beautiful singing voice I've ever seen, heard. And then the curtain lifts, and there's hundreds of these kids, and they're all singing and playing instruments and dancing. Then this one kid came out, and he had a lasso, which is really weird.
Huh.
And then also this long tassel on his head that was like 6 feet long, and he would swing his head around, and the tassel would like helicopter, and he was doing this and the lasso stuff at the same time. And it was like Will Rogers caliber lasso stuff. He was all over the place. Then this other girl did this like dance, really little girl, like 7 years old, with a pot on her head,
Like balanced?
on her head, and she would like spin around for like a solid minute. It was
Wow.
And then my favorite one just blew me away. This little girl, 5 or 6. They're doing this performance. Also, when they change performances, they slide in on conveyor belts.
Like they don't move their legs? They
Yeah,
just
motionless.
nice.
No smiling. They're just like the one that's going is in the foreground, and then they slide in the background.
Sure they're
getting
not
ready to go.
robots? You're not
Uh,
100%. Don't speculate.
And I'm not speculating. So this girl just jams on the xylophone, like the most complex,
Wow.
fast piece I've ever seen. I haven't seen a lot of xylophone, but it was pretty impressive. And then like throws down the sticks and gets on the drum set and does this drum solo that would have brought the house down in any rock and roll concert.
Jeez.
She's like 5 years old.
That's amazing.
My jaw literally dropped.
So you had low expectations going in. You're like, kids show.
Yeah.
And then you actually saw this and had your mind blown.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Also, did you know the North Koreans invented the space shuttle?
I did know that, actually.
I was unaware.
I knew that.
You were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, and this is the performance hall. This is where the kids come in and practice their craft. I get the impression that when a child is discovered to have a talent, they are like their whole family is uprooted and brought to Pyongyang, and then this is what they do.
But you don't know that for sure.
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Again, here are the bustling streets of Pyongyang.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look at these buildings here on either side. You have these huge tower block buildings here, like presumably have pretty impressive capacity, but you
I
don't.
I think there's people in them.
Yeah, you just don't see them around.
None of them have cars.
But I mean, even like you go to New York City and like there's just people out on the streets constantly,
Right.
Going from place to place doing something.
Yeah. People walk a lot.
Yeah.
You will see hordes of people on the street, just
Okay.
on the side of the road, just walking places.
But look at just all those buildings are exactly the same. The uniformity is crazy.
Yeah,
there's
they're on the right.
There's a lot of, as you saw in the Metro, a lot of Soviet influence, because I think after the Korean War, China wasn't in a real big position to help them out in that respect, but Russia was. So a lot of their architecture and stuff has a very Soviet influence. These little murals are everywhere on the day of the holiday, and before you'd see like these big blocks of people go up and then bow simultaneously and then walk away. Korean barbecue.
Of course.
Brad remembers this. It was odd though.
And of course, Brad's running away during this segment.
He's going to go eat. That's driving me out the door. Man. All right. Is that squid? What is that?
No, I think that's chicken.
All right.
It's pretty good.
Is that something fried in the upper right? Oh.
Yeah.
Stay on the food.
Whatever. That's Korean barbecue. We know what that looks like.
Korean barbecue.
This is pretty amazing.
This is
though.
Kim Il Sung Square. So when you see Kim Jong Il or Kim Jong Un standing up, looking
like
out
doing the
over-
wave thing and
above all the soldiers, he's standing on a balcony on that green building.
Okay.
This is where he commences the battle royale.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice shot.
Then all those kids come running back out.
Right.
The lasso kid, he was actually just training.
Right.
Well, hammer and sickle.
Wow.
Yeah. Hammer, sickle, and writing brush for the industrial, agricultural, and intellectual.
Oh, okay.
Yep. There's the flag. Kim Il Sung. Yep. 2 pictures.
Is it very dark aside, like when you're not under the lights of those buildings? Is there street lighting?
This here and there.
Okay.
Everywhere that we went was kind of pretty well lit. This is the tower of the Juche idea. So Juche is their name for their Kim Il Sung's philosophy.
Right.
It loosely translates to self-reliance.
Because no religion in a communist state, right? Atheist state.
Yeah. Your religion is kind of the party.
Right.
I think. I don't know. I'm not a Korean scholar.
What?
So I may say things. I learned a
I'm
lot
outta
there.
here.
I learned a lot there, but I learned a lot from North Koreans. So if I say something that's inaccurate,
Right.
there's a reason for that.
You're getting it from the North Koreans, man.
So that monument was to his philosophy?
Yeah, and it's sort of the backbone of the societal,
Contract.
yeah,
Okay.
belief and that kind of stuff. And before I went there, I sort of thought that everyone was just sort of these blindly following this ideology, that they were brainwashed and they didn't really believe it and stuff like that. But after talking to people, and hear them describe their history and their situation, you really kind of understand where they're coming from and why they believe in this sort of seemingly crazy stuff. Like, why is your military so huge?
Why?
Because why did you attack South Korea? Why did you launch this rocket that
Yeah.
they launched right before we got there?
Was it before or
It was
after?
the day before.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about this time.
You're talking
This
about the
time.
failed.
Oh no,
rocket
there were
launch?
also rockets being launched when me and him were there last time.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like the day after we left, they started
Yeah, like,
shelling
why
a
do you do
South
that?
Korean island.
And it's because they can.
What?
It's saber rattling. It's
It's a little more complicated
Well.
because, like, when you think about it, they were a Japanese colony, and here I am regurgitating stuff they told me.
Yeah.
So,
So,
take it with a grain
this
of
no,
salt.
but this is good. This is interesting because this is like
This is their perspective.
This is what the North Korean perspective is.
They were a Japanese colony, and they will describe their time under the Japanese as slavery, and they did not want to do that again. So when the U.S. came calling in Korea, they were really afraid of that happening again. And they talk about U.S. colonization of Asia like the U.S. talked about socialist colonization of Asia, which was really mind-blowing. They talked about like something very similar to the domino theory. And they fought to retain their independence, basically. And when you think about it, China doesn't really want. They enjoy a buffer between themselves and South Korea.
right.
And the U.S. presence in South Korea means that Japan doesn't have to rearm, which China is happy about. South Korea, of course, likes the U.S. backing them up, and they also enjoy that buffer with China. Japan and the U.S. like being allies and having that presence in South Korea because them and Japan creates like this nice protective barrier against China. So the only people who want to join world society is North Korea. Reunification is a huge part of like the backbone of their social philosophy.
Wait, reunification with whom?
With South Korea, when they show South Korea or when they show like maps of Korea in their propaganda, or we saw it a lot in the flower exhibit, it's the whole Korea.
So they feel like why won't they reunify? It needs to be on their terms.
Because the U.S. is in South Korea. The U.S. won't let South Korea reunify with North Korea. That's what they think.
and they feel like because
So reunification is like their salvation. So that's what that's what kind of propels them.
Is this belief that this
dream
is going to
of
happen.
reunification.
but
yeah.
you the U.S. needs to get out of the picture
Right.
because otherwise they're a puppet state.
Exactly.
Huh. And so by kind of having a big military, they are
So they're basically showing that like the U.S. cannot dictate our future.
because we have the power to stop them.
Well, more like we're taking it into our own hands.
Huh.
This Juche philosophy is very like we have the ability to do this. We're gonna be the masters of our own destiny.
So did it seem like there was a real demonizing of the West and the U.S.? Like any cultural influence is bad?
They're very their culture is they're very protective of their culture, and they do demonize the West, but not people from they make a distinction between
the culture and the people?
well the people and the government.
Okay, so politics and
So when I asked my guide, when we walk around and they see white people, they assume all white people are Americans. What do they think? And she said, well, some of them think, oh, well, there's Americans. Don't know how I feel about that, but some of them, like it's not open hostility or anything. You don't get
Right.
like they don't glare at you.
Harassed,
They just sort of look at you and oh, interesting. But then some of them think like, oh, great, all right, they're coming to our country. We get to show them what they want to learn, what we're all about, and they clearly do not demonize us. So it's sort of a nice thing. We were on that escalator and this kid with his parents, he like tugged on his mom's arm and said something in Korean, and this guy with our group who spoke Korean, I said, "What did he say?" He says, "Oh, look, the Americans have come." It was just, I don't know. I did not get any feelings of hostility from them at all.
So from their point of view, it's more of a defensive position, a military build up to make a defensive position so that nobody can come in and take them over,
Right.
not to go out and conquer or start a war.
Exactly.
There were kind of two phases to that, right? Like, I looked at the Wikipedia page. Like the
Oh, so you know about North Korea?
I mean, the Juche stuff was under Kim Il Sung, right?
Yes.
And then didn't they kind of doubled down on the militarization under Kim Jong Il? That
Yeah.
was like some kind of separate offshoot philosophy,
I'm not sure.
like Song-un or something like that. But
Well, all right. Let's
Oh, yes, there's that.
yeah,
let's keep moving.
Yeah,
here.
more pictures of food.
So we were.
Vinny
Fair
wants
enough.
more food
Fair
pictures.
This
enough.
is back in the hotel. We were looking at the hotel gift shop, and the attendant suddenly pointed behind us and said, Kim Jong-un, our leader.
Mhm.
And he was on the TV. So everything stopped, and everybody watched Kim Jong-un. This is his first speech. He's never made a speech before.
Mm.
Oh wow.
And this is a replay from earlier in the day, right before the parade.
How was it? How was it received? How was his first speech?
He's not a real commanding presence. Like, he doesn't have a lot of I don't know.
charisma.
Yeah, that's
Stage
the
presence.
Yeah.
but he did speak, and he has a fairly low voice. Apparently, Kim Jong Il had a high voice, and that's why he only gave, I think, one speech ever. But apparently, it was well received. Although, how could it not be? That's back in our room. We're watching the replay of the parade.
Are those formations of people? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's Kim Il Sung Square. If you recognize that building on the left there, that's where we were. All those night shots.
Is the text? Are those people?
Those are people.
Wow.
So that'll change like a giant LCD screen.
Wow.
This is a North Korean railway station. Some flags. There. This is the square by daytime.
And this was what we just saw there on the TV.
Yeah.
That's this.
Yes.
So-
and if
but-
you go to the next picture, you can see why they all remain in perfect blocks. It's because they're laid out on the street. That was interesting.
Where did all those people go?
I don't know. Then we went to a bookstore. Got some great books here.
Wow.
This is a foreigners bookstore, so they're all in English.
Those people are
Tour pamphlet.
psyched.
Yeah, I love their depiction of tourists. Pretty accurate.
I love their font choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then these are all works
Books.
by Kim Jong Il and Kim Il Sung.
You know,
Supposedly.
the Juche idea. On some questions in understanding the Juche philosophy.
Wow.
What is that? Enhancing the role of the popular masses is the guarantee for victory in the cause of independence.
You've read that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I had the Cliff Notes,
Okay.
at
Man,
least.
prolific.
Yeah. These things are big. That
What
is a
the
large building.
fuck?
When does that launch?
Like, the thing is, like, every single thing that I've seen, it has that intense, insane, huge, like, monolithic quality to it.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like there's...
Because again, it's like, why shouldn't we? When
It's
this
all-
was began in 1987, it's not done yet.
It's all a little menacing. Wait, that's not the hotel, is it?
That's the hotel.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah, it's 105 stories.
Did you go up to
tall.
that thing?
That's the
No,
hotel?
It's
'Cause
not
it's
open
just-
yet. That's a hotel.
Well, it's a certain hotel that, like he said, is 25 years old at this point. Like, they stopped, right? They stopped building
They
it at
stopped,
some point.
and
Like,
then,
when was the last time they actually worked on that thing?
They started up again. I think a
Oh,
few
it's
years ago.
actually going to happen now?
Yeah.
How long did it sit
Gosh,
there
darn it.
untouched?
A while.
Like many, many years,
Yeah,
right?
they just finished the outside.
But
Okay.
it's not like you look in any, like, modern city, any city that you've seen, there's like, oh, you've got the little shop, you got the little house, you've got the apartment
Yeah.
building that's been divvied up, you've got, this and that. It's like, all I've seen here are just these fucking monoliths, just these
Yeah.
huge
all-
things.
it's
Because
stark
after
and-
1953, this city had to restart.
Yeah.
So they all just, all right, let's
like,
make
all right.
these big buildings.
It looks like the tip of a giant ballpoint pen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And it just goes all the way down.
There's a North
Aw.
Korean on rollerblades.
Nice.
Roll blades or skates? Blades.
Blades.
Those are blades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guide to the
This is-
Victorious Fatherland Liberation War Museum.
This was fun.
Guy in the chat says that there is an Egyptian firm behind that
Yes,
hotel.
and I believe it's the one that runs their cell phone companies as well.
Weird.
Hey,
Yeah, there are these pictures in like every building you go into, and this is our.
He's like, "What's up?
what?
Hey,
hey,
stop taking that picture."
this is our guide for the museum. I think she's technically in the army, but she does a lot of guiding.
I was gonna say, do you like? It seemed like were all of the contacts military as far as
No, this is I think this is the only one. This and the DMZ. Also, every single guide, with the exception of the DMZ, which is a male, that we had was a young, attractive female.
Hmm. Good on them. They know it.
Yeah.
Good PR.
This is inside the museum. It is made of concrete. It is very cold.
That's a tall
well,
ceiling.
it's one of the things that you hear about Pyongyang is like the stories about like if you have a limp, they run you out of town. Like they only want like the young, pretty, healthy people in Pyongyang because they want to present the best version of North Korea that they can to anyone that comes in.
Also, the traffic ladies, which you may have seen, also very young and pretty. This is the video we watched in sort of preparation for what she was about to tell us with the North Korea military history. This is a video on the Korean War, and we learned such other things as how the Americans fell into a depression after World War II,
right?
and then that led to them wanting to colonize South Korea, or the Korean Peninsula.
Because they were bummed.
Yeah.
What else?
Aw.
Some really great
How'd the Korean War
footage.
go?
Well, if you go to the next photo.
Next slide.
Next slide, please.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you going to say? There was really great footage of...
President Johnson in like harsh black and white from
Oh.
below, like looking real Big Brother.
Really
It was
sickly
great.
and-
Yeah. So here's her describing. This is a really cool animated map. She's describing the troop movements and stuff. And after the North fought the U.S. forces down to the tip of the Korean Peninsula, they landed at Incheon, and then the North executed a strategic retreat.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Also, towns are not captured; they are liberated.
Wow.
Some animation on the map. Yeah, it's really cool.
Eat that, CNN.
Some
Man, how'd they get that in there?
I don't know.
They build the building around it.
These are North Korean planes. Stars on the side to supposedly denote how many planes they shot down. This is all captured American stuff.
Whoa, those are bazookas.
Yeah.
Look at all those guns. Man, they must have so many guns. They could just put all these extra guns in here.
Yeah, that picture of the soldier looking down is all over the place as well. Pops up on propaganda all the time.
Is that's an American?
Yeah.
Like depressed.
There's a USA Jeep.
Wow, this is really just all
planes.
captured
Oh, yeah.
American stuff?
Yeah, they love showing this stuff
Wow.
off. Yep, there's a
Wow.
helicopter.
Yeah.
That photo down there
No
is also
kidding.
really famous.
Those American tanks?
Yep, and here's U.S. troops surrendering, I guess. Then we went upstairs to this thing. This thing wraps 360 degrees around and rotates, or rather, the platform you're on rotates.
It's the Bruckheimer room?
It's a diorama,
Oh, wow.
and it is very impressive.
Is it like an air battle? Look, what's going on?
No, it's a land battle. If you go to the next slide, it's so you can see those 3D elements in the front here, and then it like gradually it seamlessly converts to a 3D or a 2D backdrop.
That's intense.
And it's it's probably about 10 feet deep, and it's just
So wait, so there
Crazy.
is you're right. I am having a hard time distinguishing
So,
between
yeah,
like what the
that
model
pole
stuff.
and that tank are real.
Yeah.
And then that house back there is
Or they're at least they are
painted.
models.
They're models, yes.
Yeah.
And then we bought some flowers to lay at the foot of the statues up there that you can see on the sort of the right.
Did you have to?
These guys. Yes, and I had to wear a tie.
Really? Did
Mhm.
they tell you that before you came?
Yes.
Okay.
As I was walking up here, this old man in a gray suit and a chest full of medals, probably a Korean War veteran,
Yeah.
was walking the other way. He had just paid his respects as we were walking up, and we locked eyes, and he bowed.
Nice.
A polite bow. I was floored. And I'm like,
like fucking super intense.
quickly bowed back. But yeah, like me, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
I am an American.
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
And he gave me a nice polite bow. I was.
So these are the flowers piling up for the vets, or this is for the Kims.
For the Kims. There they are.
Do it all for the Kims.
Also, what you heard is true. They do not like your photos cutting off any part of the statue. You have to include them full frame, preferably centered.
That's pretty quick to make that statue.
They built that 100 days after he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's large.
In 100 days. Yeah. They are gesturing across the river into the distance there at the monument to the Workers' Party Foundation, which we'll see later. Korean hot pot.
Food.
Nice.
Good stuff. Another apartment building. There's a traffic lady. What
Inner
this-
ring of protection.
Yeah.
Don't come into my ring. This is just for traffic ladies
You should look up some
in
some videos
uncomfortable
of
looking
these
shoes.
because they stand there all day, man.
God damn.
Yeah. And they're very
She looks like she's loving life.
they're very robotic movements.
Yeah.
Like, they're just sort of mesmerizing to watch.
Do they
It's
have
really cool.
traffic lights?
Very few, and they're brand new.
Oh, okay. They're worried for their jobs. Damn traffic lights.
Machines taking over our jobs. There's some countryside.
Dude on a bike.
Yep.
I guess that would be the thing that I would expect to see like
Tons of
a
bikes.
shitload of.
Yeah, there's
in
a
all
lot of
this.
bikes.
Or just bust out those Jeeps that were in that museum. And
So this is on the road
Jeep.
to Nampo, a port city. We did go to other cities. We went to 3 total.
Yeah.
Stayed a night in Nampo. This road was apparently built by our youth. I don't know what that means.
their youth. Our youth? Their youth.
Their youth.
Okay.
They said
Our
it
youth.
was
Our youth.
built by our youth.
Right.
Also, it's not very good.
I was gonna say this is kind of.
This was a rough ride.
kind of a crappy looking road.
Those kids got bored.
Yeah.
More
train.
trains.
We stopped by the road to help out another bus who had broken down, and this kid, local kid, looked at us like we were aliens. It was great.
They were not part of the tour.
Yeah, he was not part of the tour. Truck. So this is Nampo, Port City. There's a good shot of like some ships in the next picture. You do not associate North Korea with international trade.
No.
Um,
In fact, quite the opposite.
yes, but they do trade with Africa, African nations, and they export a lot of salt. I think. I think uranium.
Now that is
Wow. I
a
like this
fucking
one a lot.
sculpture.
That's
Yeah.
a big gun. Where's the rest of that?
Yeah.
Look at we just grabbing it there at the bottom.
This is all that remained of Big Bo.
This is our hotel in Nampo.
He's a genial looking guy. He's like, hey, what's up? He looks like he just recognized someone.
Hey!
Like, oh, hey, you're here.
He is always depicted wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Because he's the president, Kim Il Sung. And Kim Jong Il is always depicted wearing like a military uniform because he is the Generalissimo. That marble, not marble. That's,
Oh,
that's
really?
wallpaper, yeah.
Human flesh.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of repeating patterns there.
Yeah. They have this big bulletin board of pictures in the hotel, and that's
This is from the funeral.
from the funeral. There's some other good ones too.
It's more of that stuff.
That stuff. There's a rocket.
That's
This one,
not the rocket.
this one apparently made it to orbit.
Really?
According to that blurb down there, but if you ask South Koreans or the U.S., it did not.
They say no way.
Yeah.
So
However, they did admit that the most recent rocket did crash. They don't emphasize it, but
Yeah.
they have admitted that.
Right. I saw that when it crashed that they publicly admitted it.
I love this picture.
Dude, that guy is going for it.
You think that's staged? Is that Photoshop?
Oh yeah, that's. I don't think it's Photoshop. I think
That
it's
is
a generator.
propaganda.
Didn't have any power problems here, but just in case. This is a bookstore. It says the book is a silent teacher and a companion in life, Kim Il Sung, and books are treasure, house of knowledge, and the textbooks for a person's life.
So all this stuff in Korean and in English. A lot
Well,
of
I mean,
English?
these are hotels that Western people would stay in.
Okay.
So-
This isn't for like Russians.
This is
or
for
anybody
Drew's
else.
benefit.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are salt fields, I believe. Some more people working in. So as we were, looking out the window, the buses, you see people working in fields, and they don't have a lot. They're pretty poor. And and the technology appears to be maybe a little better than Amish. I mean, it kind of reminds me of, Depression era USA. And when you think about, they're a little behind the times, so I don't know. It's tough to, I don't know. I don't know what it's like outside of these roads that
Right.
I'm walking on or driving on, but if it's like this that they're showing us, like
if this is the prettied up thing that they are showing for the tourists,
Yeah.
putting on shows.
yeah. But again, I don't want to speculate. So, this is the West Sea Barrage, which separates salt from fresh water. It's huge. This thing is like driving along that road in True Lies. Like, it's really, really long, and it's supposedly supposed to keep North Korea from flooding. But at the end of this strip, there's a monument that we went to and heard the whole spiel about. There he is.
Oh wow.
This,
Think
is,
that's
this is at the
Photoshop?
monument.
Kicking it.
Is that painted?
No, I think it's a printed photograph. Backlit. There is the locks to the barrage. This whole place gave me a serious Half-Life 2 vibe.
Yeah. Yeah,
You get on your,
I can
like-
feel that.
Right. Your hovercraft and go ride around and unlock every gate.
Yeah, exactly. Monument to the barrage. Then they let us walk down from like the top where the monument is back down to sea level, and it was the only time we really felt. It's just me and Wayne walking down the street.
It was not like completely controlled.
Yeah, but I mean
Or
we're
at
kind of
least
on
guided.
an island, so
What were you gonna do? Here's where you drive your car into the water.
No, don't do that.
it doesn't say
Caution.
no.
Oh, okay.
just says this is here.
It's yield, right? Yield 2 cars driving off.
If
into
a
the
car's
water.
driving into the water, stay the fuck out of its way.
All signs are hand painted.
Mm.
Also, there's some more Half-Life 2. The obligatory Kim Il Sung.
Yeah, it is that. You're right. It's very Soviet. It everything has like that mass, has that sense of just hugeness. Like you look at this
Yeah.
stuff here, it's like this just looks big and heavy
Yeah,
and
concrete blocks.
like just immovable stuff.
Speckter Hotel, nice little painting there. And before dinner, we had gasoline clams.
I'm sorry, what?
It's actually rubbing alcohol, I think.
Is that
But
to
they-
kill
they-
them or
They arrange them and then they dump alcohol on them and light them on fire, and then
That's how
basically
they cook them.
keep sprinkling alcohol on them until they open.
did you eat them?
Yes, and they were delicious.
Mm.
There you go.
That fire looks fake.
I really want to try it here.
See if we can just recreate North Korean gasoline clams.
Yeah, it was really cool. This was our dinner that night. Some part of the chicken, fish, potatoes, bread.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Some more beer.
That is a Tsingtao
I was
bottle.
gonna say that's a proper Tsingtao bottle right there.
Rebranded as a North Korean beer.
Oh God. Okay, so they just fucking got the bottles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey man.
Waste not, want not.
Scrappy.
I
This
like
is our
it.
this is our breakfast. Everything's very cold. Not a lot of warm stuff. But I liked that pancake.
Is that one chopstick?
No, it's 2. They're also flat and metal.
Oh,
Remember
cool.
that, Brad, from South
Yeah,
Korea. Very
yeah,
hard to use.
Definitely.
Some sweet knife switches in our room.
Wait, this was in your
This is
room?
in our room. Yeah.
Wow.
I think the next picture is our room. Pretty similar. Not a lot of adornment. Very nice hotel staff.
Wow. Is that like a celebration for you guys leaving?
Yeah, just
Did they put on a musical? Is it like a chorus line?
we were on there one night.
Wow.
Some
Oh
fishing boats.
man, that is a fishing villagey looking boat. What
All
are
right,
those?
any guesses?
Pylons. That's where they get their power. Build more pylons. Am I right?
So, in the event of a foreign invasion, they dynamite the base of these things and they fall over onto the road.
Like collapse and bar the road?
Yep.
Where does that road go?
This is on the road from Nampo to Pyongyang.
Wow. Looks like a Fez puzzle.
But this is just like trying to create choke points into Pyongyang.
Yeah, so foreign tanks can't cross.
Wow. How do they make sure they fall the right way? I guess they
There's
figured it out, huh?
there's a ramp on their kind of angle.
You can see like that
down
little
there.
you dynamite that little notch right there at the
Why
bottom.
do they have to dynamite it? Why don't they just put something else where they can just tip it?
Well, because then some asshole is just gonna like come out and say, "Hey, check this out!" Pull the thing out.
There's got to be a better way. Get me in touch with these people, Drew. I've got
You
ideas.
sound like an infomercial. There's got to be a better way.
Tired of dynamiting your structures to block enemies from invading your tents. There's got to be a better
Ron
way.
Popeil has the answer.
I think that's a
Bunker?
yeah. I don't know what that is. Also, a lot of the hills. We saw this especially as we got closer to the DMZ. A lot of the hills have flat tops, which is unnatural.
What, do you know what that's for?
I don't know.
They launch the shuttles out of there.
Borders or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, this is about the technology they're working with. Every cow that you see is real skinny, or ox.
Oh, really? Like emaciated?
Yeah, it's people hanging out in the country. I think this is on our way to the glass factory. We went to a glass factory. This is out in the.
See, like
what do you,
that.
what do you
This,
think
this
those
image
people
here
are saying? Yeah.
on the right is fantastic.
Drink slurm. What? Like, I want to know what it says.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who speak
I love
Korean.
this
So.
stuff.
Yeah, this stuff's amazing.
Come to America, Statue of Liberty.
Here's employee of the month.
Yeah.
This is the glass factory.
This is the.
So that were those pictures from the glass factory? Wow, they let you
those
take
are
pictures
the
in here?
workers. Oh yeah, and no hard hats,
Wow.
no railings.
Was it
You
hot?
can get yeah. They just let us roam around this factory. There's like, giant vats of molten glass. There's
They're like, if you're going to be an idiot, don't kill yourself.
well, yeah.
Yeah, like, go ahead. You're an adult.
Yeah.
Like, don't put your hand in the molten glass.
Oh, that guy killed himself at the glass factory. Boo fucking who?
Right. I thought I
Clean up the fucking gene pool a little bit.
This is you're never gonna see that in the U.S.
No. Only like, yeah.
This looks like
This looks like looks like Logan's Run. This looks like an old sci-fi movie.
yeah.
Yeah. Some bad old sci-fi movie.
More glass factory.
Yep.
Drew at the glass
Found a
factory.
mirror.
More glass factory.
Big.
All right, we'll just keep going through. Whoa, that's some glass.
Yeah.
Is that broken glass?
Yeah. It's recycled.
Everywhere.
Motivational posters.
What is that?
I think it's part of a tale where there's some
Jesus.
writing on this tree and there's a fire, so people had to band together and keep the trees from burning.
Do you have a tighter shot of that, or is that it?
That
That looks amazing, like some album cover or like
yeah,
Korean
it's
Harry
pretty
Potter
awesome.
poster. That's crazy. Is it cartoony?
No, it's painted though.
I'll have to look at it when closer.
Yeah, there's some oxen. All right, so this one's tough to see, but over there behind the cops, or their traffic people, the line starts and it goes all the way down to that hammer and sickle statue at the end, around or along there and back up the other side of this picture. Then they go down this stairway under the road and come up on my side and then go into a building.
What is this for?
This is for the flower exhibit.
Wow.
So the people that are standing in line here on the left behind the cops.
Yeah.
That line goes all the way. You can see the little specks of people down by the giant monument at the end of this area here.
Mhm.
Wrap back around. So these people that are on the stairs on the right
Yep.
are further along in the line.
Yes.
And then they go under. There's a little underground causeway.
Yep.
Come back up.
Yep.
Jesus.
Wow.
All for this
Wait, so did you wait on the line?
No.
Oh, how'd you get in?
because I'm white.
That's why they hate us, Drew.
It works everywhere, baby. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, so this is in the foreground is the Kim Il Sungya, and in the background is the Kim Jong Ilya. These are
Wow.
flowers genetically engineered just for the leaders.
That's awesome.
Oh, so they're not like naturally occurring flowers that were named after them. They just made
Some
flowers for
Japanese
them.
guy cooked them up in a lab. About 80% of the exhibits looked like this. That's Kim Il Sung's birthplace, surrounded by his flowers.
Oh, right. That's that building from those first pictures.
I like this one a lot.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, that one. The light down there flickered. It was really cool.
Oh, like the rocket?
you can see there's a countdown timer too. It was really well done. And then for satellites.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
huh.
yeah. Wow.
So that's the whole thing. It's 3 floors of this, and again, the whole Korea.
Wow. Oh, right. What's that?
I signed the yes book, and then our guide translated it.
Oh, like you signed it and then they want to know what the hell you said?
Yeah,
How do you know it's true?
I don't know.
Much traffic
More
ladies.
traffic ladies.
She's not allowed to leave the circle.
I don't know if she knows what she's doing.
She looks a little
Well, dude,
bewildered.
if she's not on the base, she can get tagged out. Like, you have to have at least 1 foot. You'd think Koreans would know baseball. Come on.
Just watching.
Oh my God! So here it is.
Yeah, that's the one ad-looking ad that's really just buy the state car.
What's that?
This is a house.
My little shacks,
It's more countryside.
countryside,
Went to a barbecue.
some ribs.
But not a Korean barbecue.
There's a
Well, they just call them fucking barbecues there.
Right, it makes sense.
that's a grilled octopus in the foreground. It was really good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Where was the barbecue? Like,
It was just kind of out. It was in this place called Dragon Mountain. which
I mean,
was a
did you
little
like crash these people's
Yeah,
parties?
this must is. I assume this is your posse, right?
Oh, it was
These
all
are
set up.
People you know.
These people in the purple are they like, I guess you could call them caterers. I guess that's what they did. They brought all the food and they cooked it up for us, and then they were part of the entertainment too. This lady can wail on the accordion,
I was gonna ask. I bet she is sick on the accordion.
blazing.
Impressive.
And that's our Western guide Chris dancing with the Korean lass.
Wow, that
And
Every-
there's Wayne joining in on some Chinese popular Chinese song.
did he know it?
Yeah, he knew it. This is also at the place where we had the barbecue. These are just North Koreans hanging out. I get the feeling these are some of them are privileged North Koreans.
Just
Probably
hanging out,
Pyongyang.
barbecuing, drinking
Yeah,
beers.
they are pretty plastered.
Okay,
And,
yeah.
you can
That
see-
dance, you could tell, like, dude, like, okay, point one, when
Yeah.
you think, like, soccer shorts over track pants,
Yeah.
and, like, that's your look,
Yeah.
like, probably not in the best mindset already.
Wait, so is he with you or is he in
No,
North Korea?
these are just other.
But then,
Okay.
but then that pose,
Yeah.
that movement there,
Yeah.
sober people don't do that.
No.
No sober person has ever stood that way.
yeah, then they're singing karaoke too. Well, not karaoke. It's just a mic. A
Just
lot,
making up songs.
they love to sing.
Yeah.
A lot of North Koreans love to sing. This tree is being watered by an IV bag.
You gotta
What?
do it somehow.
There's the tower.
There's that crazy
Hotel.
hotel again.
Hard to see, but in the lower right, these people I think are practicing for ice skating,
oh, Jesus.
doing a lift.
I was going to say, yeah, there's definitely something acrobatic going on there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice picture.
It's an
These have all
apartment.
been fantastic pictures.
Thank you. This is the USS Pueblo.
Wait, USS?
Yes, this is an American ship captured by the North Koreans during the Cold War, along with 83 service members.
What happened to them?
They were held for 11 months, and one died. I don't know if I think it was in the skirmish. And they were finally released after appearing on TV and saying we apologize for spying. They call it a U.S. spy ship.
There?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a huge. This shows up on propaganda all the time. Big source of national pride.
That they
When was
captured it?
this?
In the Cold War,
60s? Because there was, yeah, okay.
They ring all the damage marks in red paint.
Like where we got them?
Yeah, check it out. Shrapnel marks inside.
Wow, and those are circled or?
Yeah, they're circled.
No, their bullets have lipstick on them.
I was going to say, they kissed the bullet holes.
This is in the radio room.
Oh, I thought that was your hotel room again.
No. Top secret
Was that like some crypt?
stuff. This is the letter that they wrote to the President of the United States. Saying you need to apologize to the North Koreans because we were very bad.
It's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
So when you're walking around this thing with your tour guide and everything,
Mhm.
is your tour guide, your North Korean tour guide?
She is it's actually the same one from the military museum, the war museum. She's got a line and she's just
Sticks to it?
yeah, she's sticking to it.
Okay. There's no
Um,
winking a nod or
they
like
tell us not to like argue with
Okay,
them. You can
I
ask
bet.
questions and stuff.
right, but don't get into it.
Yeah.
You're like,
just-
whoa, what I've heard.
Yeah, I got some
Oh,
pictures.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
We didn't start the Korean War.
Yeah.
You guys did. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just poor form.
You're guests.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless of anything else, you're guests.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around.
Well,
Nice HP.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
All right, gun in position. Back
Here's
to
the square
back to the
desk.
square.
Went on a river cruise for dinner.
That's cool.
Just tooled around.
Oh man.
Those things.
Fried mushrooms?
Nope, they are potatoes.
Wait.
in the shape of mushrooms.
That's how they get you.
Mushrooms are kind of hard to grow. Potatoes are fucking easy.
But I really want mushrooms.
well,
Close your eyes, man.
That's definitely the nicest looking food that I've seen so far.
Yeah, that was really good. I like
Yeah.
those mushrooms.
You know what? I don't like mushrooms. Those look delicious.
Was it just the inside of the potato, like just the potato whites? Like,
I don't know how they did it.
Just to carve them.
all right, don't ask
It
questions.
seems like the thing that I get from all of this, and the sense that I get from looking from the outside in for North Korea, is they have what they lack in like resources and trade abilities. They more than make up for in just raw manpower.
right, free time.
There are dudes that they can go and hand paint every single traffic sign because
Or wait in line for a day and a half.
that's what they have to do.
Make these potatoes into mushrooms.
All right,
That's my job.
make these potatoes into mushrooms for the white people.
This is one of my favorite pictures,
That's really nice.
and I like it because I have never seen a picture like this of North Korea on the news.
No,
Yeah,
you
like-
never see it lit.
Like kind of modern city looking shot of like, hey, downtown North Korea jamming.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty. It's more the most colorful picture I think you've taken so far with all the colored lights. Oh yeah, look at that. That's that one again. Oh man,
This
now
is from our hotel.
Blade Runner.
You can see
North
how
Korea.
big that building is compared to the rest of it. It's like twice the size of
The
anything
hotel?
else. Yeah, the hotel.
God.
That's another shot from our hotel.
Oh,
Ooh, little
long
time lapse.
exposure.
Nicely
Mhm.
done.
So this is on the road to the DMZ. Dude's walking. This road is long. It took us like
How
See,
come-
2.5
it's
hours.
long.
Wait, so it's a long road.
It's a long
So wait, you're in a car, right, or something?
bus, yeah.
And you didn't pick those guys up?
No.
Wait, go back a picture. Those dudes have to walk that entire.
I don't know where
goddamn
they're
road.
going, but
You could not give them a ride. You're evil.
I'm not sure they would accept it.
Look at that road,
Yeah, it took us 2.5 hours.
Vanishing point.
man.
This is my North Korean visa. And here we are at the DMZ.
Oh wow, they let you go
From the other side.
Yeah, from the other side.
So you've seen the Korean DMZ now from both sides.
No, I haven't seen the South Korean
Oh, you
one.
didn't see it. You didn't make
Yeah.
it. Oh, okay.
This one, sorry, I took this from the hip. They didn't really like people taking pictures. It says northern boundary of the demilitarized zone.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so awesome. This is me and Wayne. This is in the building that they held the peace talks in. Wayne is, of course, on the North Korean side.
Is it like right down the parallel there? Like is the
no.
table
This
centered?
is
Okay.
not on the demarcation line. This is just
Okay.
near it. And it's not where the treaty was signed because, as the North Koreans will tell you, the Americans did not want to leave a lasting monument to their defeat, so they had us sign it in a tent.
Hmm.
And of course, my favorite picture of pretty
Yeah.
much all time now. Drew, you've been very deferential here, very respectful of the whole thing. But the fucking balls on you wearing your foreigner shirt while you're in North Korea.
There's a better one later on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
'Cause I love this. This dude could not look more intense.
Yeah. And who was he? He was your guide.
He was
at-
our guide, yeah.
Wow.
He's actually pretty cool.
He likes to party.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't know it from that.
So on the upper left there in the case is the original UN flag used during the signing, which, again, as they say, the U.S. was so distraught at their defeat that they forgot to take with them.
Hmm.
And then that's the
then-
Armistice Agreement, Volume 1.
Yes.
Wow.
This is, just that same building. And here it is.
Wow.
DMZ.
Staring at each other? Is that what's
Yeah,
going
so
on?
that building is in South Korea.
Okay.
The
That
big
gr-
one?
The big one, yeah.
All
And
of it.
You can see down there the two guys facing each other. That brick, that concrete strip that they're standing next to is the demarcation line.
Wait. So the
is
line runs
is
through the building?
The border perpendicular to us?
The
To
border
the
is
photo? It's going through that building, yeah.
no,
no,
it's
It has to be, right? If that big
it
building's
goes
South
through
Korea.
those blue buildings.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, that's what
Got
we
it.
meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it bisects those blue buildings.
Yeah.
And so those two dudes that are standing there are both North Korean?
Yes.
Okay.
So whenever a North Korean tour group goes up, everyone on the south retreats.
Mm-hmm.
And same deal when there's a South Korean tour group, everyone in the north retreats just so they don't occupy the same space at the same time. Yeah, there's the demarcation line. So these buildings, you can go anywhere in the building. You can go on both sides of the building, but you can't exit that building.
Huh.
From that side.
Yeah, so you can actually get pictures from South Korea side looking into the north.
Wait, so what side? You're on the North Korean side taking this picture?
No, so I'm on the South Korean side.
Inside the blue building.
Inside the building.
Oh, inside the building.
Right. If I were outside the building, I'd be in South Korea.
What if you open the window?
That would be uncool.
Stick your hand out, grab a rock.
Yeah.
It's so intense.
So wait, where are the? So you said all the South Korean troops walked away.
Yeah.
And so they don't stare at each other; they stare like
At themselves.
at themselves.
Right, and actually, we pulled back from there and went up. So you know that gray building? I'll explain it later, but they aren't there the whole time.
Okay.
That last picture you saw, those mic cables are the official demarcation line.
Did you say mic cables?
Yeah, the mic cables right there.
Oh, really?
Those mics, yeah,
That's where if you were outside, would be cutting through the building.
exactly.
Oh, wow.
But since we're in this building, we can.
Is that your
go
group?
Anywhere. That's a couple groups.
Okay. And that's you again.
One of those. This is the building. That door in the back there leads to South Korea.
Cannot go through that door.
Can't open that door. You
Are
can see
those
those.
troops inside there watching that door?
They stood by the door the whole time. This is us being ushered out.
And they're North Koreans.
They're North Koreans.
Okay. And
Nice.
then,
Yeah.
There it is.
That's good stuff.
So you can see that most of the troops have left there. It's just the two guys standing by the blue building. This is Kaesong, a border town. Nice little spot. We stopped for lunch. This is lunch. Tons of stuff I had never tried before. It's a little fish.
Yep.
It was sweet and
Yeah.
salty. That is dog soup.
What?
Now, did you know that going in?
Yes.
You said, bring on the dog soup.
They took volunteers.
Thoughts on dog soup?
It's very good. It tastes like beef.
Okay.
Except maybe a little fattier, and it's kind of like a shredded beef consistency.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. You put a lot of spice in it too, so it's spicy.
Sure.
So every time you hit a piece of, quote, I'll say beef, were you like, oh yeah, dog?
It was
Oh yeah, dog.
it was a little weird.
Yeah. Did they say they don't know what kind of dog it is, right? It's just dog.
No, they said it was farm raised.
Oh, good. It's
Yeah,
organic.
it's free
dog.
range.
Yeah, good. That's good to know.
Um,
Want a happy dog when you eat it,
yeah.
and then a spontaneous volleyball. game
Trust
broke
trust
out.
Happy Dog brand dog.
Oh man.
Yeah. Some kids playing volleyball, and then we just busted our way in.
Wow. So what's this behind you?
This is Kaesong, the city. It was relatively unscathed by the Korean War, so these are all traditional houses. And the cool part about this shot is that we could hear like a loudspeaker blaring propaganda messages and patriotic music, but then also a kid down somewhere in the city was practicing his accordion scales.
Oh wow.
So it's kind of cool.
Big accordion country, huh?
I went to a gift
And
shop.
you got married.
Yep. This lady
Got himself a war bride.
This lady made a fan, and I bought it.
And then took a picture.
And
She seems extremely unsure about everything that's going on here.
all the smiles, very suppressed.
Yeah.
Not a
She
lot of
did
big
make a
smiles.
fan.
I made a fan.
Another road.
Back to Pyongyang. Our bus broke down, so we hung out in the middle of North Korea for a little bit.
Wow.
It's not like you had anywhere else to go.
Yep.
Lord of the Rings.
This is This is the monument to the 3 pillars of reunification.
There's only 2 pillars.
Well, there's a 3 up there on the middle there if you look real close.
Oh man. That's crazy. How tall is it? It's tough to kind of tell there.
Yeah, it's big. A person is a little taller than that base part.
Wow. Oh yeah. There's the brush again.
It's interesting because you see a lot of stuff that seems like it's echoes of Soviet Russia as far as the aesthetic.
Who are the people there? Do you know, or are they just
I
random?
think they're just people.
Yeah.
It's the artist
They're
and
the people.
the worker.
Is that the proletariat?
Did you ever see trash around
No.
or
Not
any
really.
kind of like graffiti or
No graffiti at all.
but no trash on the streets or anything?
No.
Or are there trash cans? Just nobody ever litters.
Oh, trash cans. That's a good
I
question.
don't know about trash cans.
Huh. So it's just clean.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
they have road crews. I did see a road crew, orange jumpsuits.
Communism, low unemployment.
Notice that in China as well.
0.
Juche Tower. That thing's big.
I was gonna say we get some good context shots now with
Wow.
Drew and them.
Yep. There's the Party Foundation. That is the brush up close. Kind of unfortunate looking.
Yeah.
But also giving you a sense of how friggin' big that thing is.
The 4th pillar.
This is a Pyongyang microbrew. They didn't want us taking pictures of the vats, but there you go.
Yeah, they do mean
So,
micro, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's that? Is that milk?
Kind of big. No, it's I forget what it's called. It starts with an M. It's alcoholic. It's made of rice. Tastes like yogurt. And that's a dark one. Tasted kind of like a Guinness, maybe not as intense. And then that's a brown ale. Tastes sort of like a Blue Moon, but with about 20% of the flavor.
Okay.
So still, they haven't completely mastered the beer.
No, and like they don't have the, most wide variety of crops, so they're kind
Sure.
of working with what they got.
Yeah.
Hot dogs!
So last dinner, yeah, this was kind of weird. I mean, a lot of our meals were sort of like this. You'd have this big spread of traditional Korean cuisine, and then like hot dogs.
Is
On
that,
steak.
There's always
is, that,
some weird.
is that a real hot dog there, or is that a potato?
It
It was real.
They were like cooked in syrup or something. They're really
oh wow,
sweet.
they look kind of awesome.
They were good.
Oh man,
There's
is it the foam?
Yes, that's the fun. This is the morning of our last day, looking out from the Ryanggang Hotel.
So how long were you in North Korea all told?
6 days, 5 nights.
Okay.
One last dinner.
What's the silverware? Like,
One
what's
last
with
soda
the
juice.
choose your weapon?
I think they just. This is easiest for big groups.
Oh, okay, it's for the table. Just
Yeah.
grab it.
Yep.
Is that cinnamon? Or is it just
No,
some
it's
kinda-
just kind of a jam or something. Leaving the city, we passed all the troops we saw during the parade.
Oh, everyone like leaving?
Yeah, everyone leaving. Open top trucks. There were 80 of them. We
Wow.
counted. It wasn't very warm.
What was the utilikilt count?
0.
Korea.
I took this picture for Will and Norm. That is a man extolling the virtues of CNC machines.
Of which there are
Oh,
none.
I have the actual
country.
translation here. Fill time.
Hi, welcome to North Korea. I'm Bill. You'll see behind me.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
It says, yes, science!
Under the banner of the Industrial Revolution of the new century, let's make a breakthrough for the highest technology.
Wow.
Yeah, let's.
CNC machines.
And there
then,
it is.
Back to the airport.
Proof that you were
Korea.
not allowed to smoke on that plane.
Yes. And there we go.
And that's pretty much the cold photo diary. We just made everyone look at your fucking vacation pictures
Yeah.
for an hour.
Slide.
like fucking 2,400 people sat here and checked out your vacation pictures. But it's fascinating. I've never known anyone that's been to North Korea. The fact that you took the initiative and went and came back, like. So you were already in Beijing. You had already gone when like all the rocket stuff started happening.
Yeah.
And so here we were like, oh God, fucking damn it. This better not mean like, and then just, no more Drew. Drew's
Right.
gone.
Right. We got to hold somebody responsible.
Yep. How about that guy?
Yeah. So did they talk about that at all? Did they mention it?
No.
Okay.
Our Western guides did right
Mm.
before we went.
Mention what?
Heads up the failed
Korea
rocket. launch.
failed.
Yeah, yeah. So
Or
you
the
didn't see
rocket,
any
yeah.
sign, no proximity to that whatsoever.
No.
What did they say? And they didn't say anything when he came back. The states. Saying like,
Oh, at the U.S. Customs?
Yeah.
They were just like, welcome back.
that's it.
Well, because they have no
Yeah.
idea that he was in North Korea.
I put
Wow,
DPRK on
yeah.
my form
They don't look at it.
because I had a double entry visa into China. Like, where'd you go?
Yeah, I mean
Oh, yeah.
the reentry form just says what countries did you visit on this trip, right?
Yeah.
So you just list them out.
And you haven't been contacted by anybody. Nobody's been like, "Hey, just
No.
want to talk to you."
Phones don't like click
Just
weird
us.
when you use them.
Just us broadcasting a live broadcast of your
Right.
debriefing.
Yeah. I mean, that's If CIA wants to know, that's it.
Yeah.
There you go. We just laid it out. What happened on your
Uh,
trip to North Korea? Bam.
yeah, get a premium membership and watch this.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for it, motherfuckers.
Well, Drew, I have to say that, and it seems like the chat agrees that this has been fascinating to get this perspective on North Korea because you see the pictures, you hear about just the propaganda and how controlled it is, and it sounds like there is still a certain amount of that. But it's like you go anywhere, the people are people.
Yeah.
It's
I came away with a lot of respect for the people of North Korea.
sure. Well, it's like you were saying. It's it's the divide between there's the government and then there's the people. And regardless of how the government behaves or like whatever their stance is, that's not necessarily reflective on who the people are.
Are you gonna? You think you'll post any of your pictures?
I'll probably post these.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gonna put a link up in the forums or something.
Sure.
Yeah,
Print-
folks are asking for sure.
Printable sizes. I don't know. There's a couple I'd print out.
Yeah.
Some of those nighttime shots are pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a big print of that one nighttime one on the river.
Foreigner one too.
Yeah.
Put that up in the office.
Yeah.
So did you get any sense while you were there, just like the tour guides you were with or whoever of, I mean, you know, it's time of great transition over there, obviously, like any kind of profound changes on the horizon? Like, do they have any sense of,
Well,
is it just going to continue to be business as usual with that regime?
again, they
or-
really want reunification.
Yeah.
But one thing Kim Jong-un said in his speech was that we're committed to the military, and that's kind of the big point of contention with reunification. Like, you have this giant military, one of them on many issues. And someone asked, what do you think of Kim Jong-un? And I can't remember who answered, but some North Korean said North Korea or Korea needs a strong leader. Kim Jong-un is a strong leader.
So they don't
Very
say
diplomatic.
dear leader anymore.
I didn't hear any dear leader or
Like beloved.
they say President Kim Il Sung and Generalissimo Kim Jong Il.
Well, dear leader is a specific term for Kim Jong Il, right?
There's the
Like, they wouldn't call his son that as well.
dear
Right.
leader, the great leader. the-
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, they would give
Father,
him some kind of different
I forget
title,
which one
right?
is which.
But they would give him a different title, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he would take on his own unique kind of honorific thing.
So I feel like we saw kids and like young adults. Did you see like any teenagers just hanging out, like doing teenager stuff, like just kind of?
Well, what's teenager stuff in North Korea? Like, I don't
know.
Is there teenager stuff? Like, they go into like underground secret jazz clubs or
I don't
something?
know.
Like, what's the?
I don't know what they do.
A lot of people walking around were adults, and again, our all the guides for stuff were young females.
Right.
But yeah, not a lot.
Like,
of,
where's the mall?
there are malls.
Yeah.
We went into one like small Western mall,
Is that where the bookstore
very
was?
small. No, it was just sort of out on the street.
Movie theaters?
We didn't see any, but there must be. Movies are big there. Actually, Koryo Tours has made a lot of documentaries. So the guy who started Koryo Tours, he started in 1993. So he's been going for a long time to North Korea. Back in the 90s, which was North Korea was weird back then.
Huh.
As opposed to now.
Yes. Well, it was just very, very hard to get in. So he basically created tourism. This guy that started Koryo Tours created tourism in North Korea and has since dedicated his efforts to making documentaries about it. You may have seen there are a lot of them are on Netflix. One called State of Mind, which is about two girls, gymnasts who are training for the mass games.
Okay.
And he did another one called Crossing the Line about an American defector in North Korea.
Are they all sanctioned, do you think?
Yes,
Okay.
they have to be
Okay.
for them to shoot there. And they're coming out with a movie called Comrade Kim Goes Flying, which is a romantic comedy
Huh.
shot in North Korea with a North Korean crew, written by this guy, Nicholas Bonner.
Wow.
And it will be shown in North Korea and is the first movie to ever be shown that does not have a party message. It's just a movie.
Wait, doesn't have a party message?
Yeah.
What's the name of that movie again?
Comrade Kim Goes Flying.
Okay.
Dude,
She's
the,
a trapeze artist.
the story of filmmaking in North Korea is fucking bizarre.
I've got a fantastic book I need to read about filmmaking in North Korea. Yeah. It's
I'm sure you know the thing about the South Korean director in the 80s, right? That was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kidnapped in quotes.
Right. Or relocated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah. So, also, while on our trip, he wasn't in my group, but this group of filmmakers, their website is Visual Traveling, I think it is, .com. Yes, visualtraveling.com. They took a lot of video of the same things I went to.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to see it in video form, it's visualtraveling.com. They got a little 3-minute piece.
So visualtraveling.com. Drew, you're going to throw a thread up on the site.
Yeah, or just, a blog post with all these pictures.
Blog post, something with a selection of pictures from your trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been fascinating, illuminating. I'm thrilled that you made it back, but it doesn't sound like you were ever any.
No.
It doesn't sound like there were. I was expecting at some point through this that there would be some sinister overtones or some.
There were not at all.
Yeah, but it sounds like they are at least, if nothing else, they are smart and savvy enough to put on a friendly show and a nice face for the Western tourists, if nothing else.
Potato mushrooms.
All right, well let's wrap this thing up. We went much longer than I thought we were going to, but this has been fucking completely fascinating, so I don't regret it at all. Brad, any last questions for Drew before we call this?
We'll debrief off camera.
Fantastic, Vinny.
No, I think that was comprehensive. That was great. Thanks, Drew.
Yeah,
you
fantastic.
bet.
Yeah, that was
Thanks for having me.
interesting stuff. So everyone, thanks for watching us, watching and listening to Drew's stories from North Korea for the debriefing here. That's it for us. Thanks for watching.